The entire PSM team will be at an athlete's fingertips. Additionally, the clinic houses the region's only DEXA body composition assessment and a sports dietitian who can work with athletes on their dietary needs.
Some athletes, it might be a difference in their starting position. They might see a number and say, wow, I had no idea that was my body composition. How can I change this? And sometimes just seeing numbers is more motivating than just talking about, maybe their calorie amount that they're taking in.
The advantage to having an Ortho Express clinic is the diversity of the hours. So people who have non-traditional work schedules should be able to get in. I think having athlete access on the athletic trainer side in the trenches, so to speak, and having them be able to get a hold of us or maybe send us a note and saying, hey, this patient's coming in, this is what I'm worried about, and gives us a heads up.
Whether it's the use of treatment tables, the radiology room, cold whirlpool tank, or the traditional exam room, the Ortho Express Clinic gives patients a seamless experience all under one roof.
This is the type of facility you see in professional and high-level Division I athletics where you have everything right in one place. So if an athlete gets hurt playing basketball or volleyball on the other side, within the same facility they can get their physical therapy or an x-ray if needed just to rule out a fracture. That's stuff you hear about in the NFL, stuff you hear about at high-level colleges where kids just went downstairs and got an x-ray at halftime. We can actually do that in-house now. So it makes us kind of a state-of-the-art, unique facility.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Broadcasting live from Zollner Stadium, and this is the home opener. And it looks to me that we will have the coin flip shortly. But let's talk a little bit about both of these teams. Joe, I know you've got some numbers to share.
Sure.
We've got a few minutes.
Let's recap the Bishop Dwenger Saints last week. They won at Wayne High School 27-12. Sean, that was a close game. I was there. It was 10-0 at halftime. Saints pulled away late. But listen, the Saints defense, let's talk right now about the Saints defense last week. And let's not take anything away from the Wayne Generals. They are loaded with athletes. But the Saints defense last week gave up 430 yards of offense, 330 through the air, 100 on the ground. We're not used to seeing those kind of numbers put up against the Bishop Dwenger Saints. The Saints coming into this season had an emphasis on taking care of the football, winning the turnover battle. They achieved that last week. The Saints are now early in the season, obviously, but +1 in turnovers. The Saints' offense last week, Eddie Morris, an okay start to the season.
Gets a C plus.
I would
maybe?
say a C. 7 of 17, 41%. But what he gets an A on is the deep ball. He hooked up with Tommy Steele on 3 occasions for 109 yards. Sean, I know you did the math in your head. That's 36 yards average for Tommy Steele. 36 yards per catch average last week.
36.4 actually, but go ahead.
0.4235
That's right.
And 1 touchdown, of course. So listen, Eddie Morris, what he does do well is he's a baseball player, remember, strong arm.
Mm-hmm.
So he can spin the ball down the field deep, what that does is that helps the Saints running game because now the safeties have to stay back.
Sure.
They can't cheat up in the box because they have to respect the deep ball. When you got guys that can stretch the field like Tommy Steele, Bradley Black when he comes back, Patrick Finley. I mean, the defensive backs are going to have to play defensive back.
Right. And it also opens up a play-action possibility as well when you've got that big arm as
Absolutely.
well.
Establish the run, and go.
Who's won the toss?
Let's go down to the sidelines here.
The appropriate signals. Once I'm done, we'll shake hands one more time, then we'll be up ready to break. Okay, last questions. All right, here we go. Deferred, and Dwenger would like to receive.
All right, Mark, give us a little recap of what happened down there for the coin toss there.
Okay, I was so concentrated on trying to get the bite to the referee that I think I've got it. First one, and the Legends deferred. Dwenger will be receiving from your right to left, Sean. Back to you.
Very good. So Dwenger is going to get the ball first, and Northside will get it at the start of the second half. And, again, a beautiful night here at Zollner Stadium. Some high clouds, but not really. We would call it mostly sunny at this point, and just a fantastic view from up here in the press box. As the shadows are getting longer, it's getting a little cooler.
Yeah, and Sean, we look across the field. What is everybody doing on the north side? They're holding their hand above their eyes because the sun's in their eyes.
Yes.
The Saints fans aren't doing that anymore, Sean.
That's right. So Northside preparing to kick this one away. Ball is at the left hash mark at the 40-yard line. And again, sorry if our listeners are experiencing any technical difficulties at home, if you're listening, but hopefully we are getting that squared away and knocked out. Perrin Hansen is your kicker tonight for the Legends. The ball is at the 40, and here we go. Kick is over the middle, high end over end kick, taken about the 7-yard line, going to the outside right to the wall, getting around a corner and getting stuffed north of the 20-yard line is number 49 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. That is Patrick Finley.
Interesting return set up there. They set up a wall like a punt return on the other side of the field. That's a new one. Usually it's right up the middle, but a little twist early here for the Saints.
So the Saints will come out on offense. They are led by number 12, Eddie Morris.
Starting lineup for the Saints up front, the big boys, Tittman, Hosier, Kolkman, Campbell, and Dicer. Morris, of course, is your quarterback. Ellinger and Clark get the start at running backs and the receivers for tonight's contest. 82 Watercutter, 21 Steele, 49 Finley. So that is your starting offense for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. On defense tonight for the Legends, McGowan, Alt, McElroy, and Davis up front. Taylor and Davis, Lockett, Williams behind them. Linebackers are Moore and Dick. Here we go.
Here's a quarterback keeper on the left side. Morris has the seam, bounces it out to the outside, runs through the defense for a good 10-yard gain out to the 30-yard line. And it's going to be very close to a first down, bringing up, it looks like, second and short, just shy of the 30. So a little quarterback keeper there, Joe, keeping it simple, left tackle.
The Saints love to run behind left tackle Joe Tittman. He's a man. He's only a junior, 6'6", 280. Getting big-time looks, and I'm talking about looks from the University of Wisconsin, the University of Cincinnati, maybe a little sniff from Notre Dame. Keep an eye. When they need a yard, I bet they go behind Joe Tittman.
Single setback is Chip Clark, number 20. From the shotgun is Morris. Man in motion coming across the line of scrimmage. Give to Clark, bounces it outside to the left, breaks the tackle, gets past 35 to 40, 45, 50, across midfield and knocked out near the 42-yard line of Northside.
Good downfield blocking there by Patrick Finley. Again, another run left for the Saints. They love to run behind that left side.
So they move the chains again and get across the midfield stripe in the north side territory. This is the first quarter action, just a minute taken off the clock now. Still zeros on the scoreboard. First possession for Bishop Lures. They break huddle and come to the line. Twins right, twins left, and a single setback is Clark. Morris is in the shotgun, working off the left hash mark. Man in motion coming through the interior. Quick give to Clark through the middle, finds a seam. He's through the middle, the 30, the 25, gets down to the 20 before he is wrangled down by the safety.
Northside really struggled last week, Sean, to stop the run against Snyder. And you wonder, do they really struggle to stop the run altogether, or is it just against Snyder? You just don't know. We're going to find out here tonight. But so far here early after 3 plays, a lot of run. And I think we're going to see a ton of run. That rhymes, Sean. Ton of run tonight out of the gold helmets.
The gold rush is on so far. All right, 1st and 10, just outside of the red zone for Bishop Dwenger. Single setback, offset to the left. Man in motion coming towards the interior. Again, give to Clark, bounces it out to the right, gets by his man. Oh, it's great open field tackle that time by number 7 for Northside, who stopped a big gain.
Well, number 7, Jalen Lockett. We're going to call his name a lot. He's a senior, 6'2", 180, and he really is. We talked to Hayden Jones last night and said, who's the guy on defense? Who makes that defense go? And he mentioned right away Jalen Lockett, number 7.
Yeah, that he did. So he is going to be a playmaker tonight for the Legends. And that time he stopped Chip Clark from really breaking it outside and limited it to a 1-yard gain, bringing up a 2nd and 9 just inside the 20-yard line for the Saints. Saints are moving right to left on your radio dial, like Mark talked about. From the shotgun, Here's Morris. Play action, looks to throw, guns it through the seam. It is, in and out of the hands of Clark. And that is an incomplete pass.
Good throw by Morris. It was there. Clark had to go down for it, but hit him in the hands. That's one Clark has to make.
Yeah.
Play action, Sean. We talked about that in the open. What that run game will do is set up the play action. And we talked about Northside's struggles last week to stop the run. They gave up 380 yards rushing last week to Snyder.
Wow. So the Saints burn it down here, bringing up a 3rd and 9. Again, right inside the 20-yard line. Still zeros on the scoreboard. First quarter action. Twins right and left, single setback. Morris in the shotgun, looks to throw again. Goes to the right. It's low. Does he get it off the carpet? Yes. One official says yes. One says no. And I think the no wins.
No wins.
No wins. So an incomplete pass now brings up a 4th and 9 for the Saints. And the offense is on the field. Will they bring in Garrett is the question from the 19.
No, the offense stays on the field. Garrett last week was 2 out of 2 in field goals, 3 out of 3 in extra points.
Watercutter out for the Saints. And they break huddle and come to the line. Trips package to the left side, one wide right, and a single setback is Finley. Morris in the shotgun on 4th down. Here we go. Looks left, pumps, goes deep into the corner. He's got a man, picked off. Intercepted in the end zone by Northside.
Well, Mark was standing right there. I wonder what Coach Watts saw down there on the sideline.
Let's go to Mark. What do you have for us, Mark?
Morris was late with the throw. He kind of pumped, but by the time he got it off, the defender had recovered. So just a late throw and good defense by Northside. Back to you guys.
I didn't see the number, Sean.
Well, Tommy Steele was the intended receiver. Unfortunately, I didn't either, and I think it might have been Brandon Williams, number 23, on the interception.
Tony Lay, our new stats guy, shook his head yes.
Well, that's because I gave him $5.
just agree with everything
right.
I say tonight.
Everything
Tony,
I say, we're going to get along just fine. Yeah. 1st and 10 now for Northside at the 20-yard line, moving left to right on your radio dial. And again, very interesting for Northside is they have Ronald Collins III, number 3. He is a freshman quarterback, checking in at 5'10", 158. And that is a stretch at 5'10". But he's going to line up, and now we've got a delay of game against Northside. So they don't need that. They move back to the 15, and they will reset. So 1st and 15 now for the Legends. Again, led by Ronald Collins, the freshman quarterback. Single setback. Here's a snap. Give it to the running back. Tries his way around the left side. Not much there. He may get back to the line of scrimmage. I believe that's number 15, Hayden Jones, the senior leader for Northside on offense.
A zone tackle by Will Kolar, the defensive end for the Saints. But zone read for this Northside offense. They really try to fake you out, and you're going to have to pay attention tonight, Sean, to keep an eye on that ball.
Right. So 2nd and 15 for the Legends. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 wide left, and a single setback. Here's a snap. And again, this is a read option. Gives it to the running back. Nothing there. That's going to be a loss on the play as the big swarming defense for Bishop Dwenger comes in and hits him in the backfield.
Jacob Fabini on the stop. The offensive line for the Legends has not looked good on the first 2 plays here, Sean.
They surely have not. Let's see what they can do on 3rd and 16 now. 8 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard. First drive for Northside. Here's a snap. Looks to throw. Tucks it through the middle. Looks to run right through the middle. He gets north of the line of scrimmage, but not much more there. Maybe stretches to the 16. And that's about it. So Collins wasn't able to find anything through the air, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 14 for the Legends. Let's check in with Mark Watts on the sidelines.
Well, last week the defense struggled a little bit for Bishop Dwenger. They're not struggling now. Boy, if they come off the ball, they are popping on their side of the ball, and Northside offensive line did nothing that series.
Yeah. All right, so the punt team is on for Northside. Perrin Hansen back to kick this one away, standing at about his own 7-yard line. Oh, and it's hit, and it's on the ground, picked up by Bishop Dwenger inside the 10-yard line and marked down in between the 7 and 8-yard line.
Sean, it was picked up by Will Kolar, the defensive end, but I got to tell you, the punter punted it straight into the back of the up blocker.
Right. Well, and it was a short field anyway. You know, he was really up close to that line of scrimmage, and maybe that's due to the strength of the long snapper. I don't know, but yeah, he booted it right into his tail feathers, and it hit the ground, and now Dwenger is facing a 1st and goal situation at the north side, we'll call it the 7-yard line. So the interception doesn't hurt Bishop Dwenger as the defense turns in a very strong showing, giving the north side offense a 3-and-out. And now we've got a conference by the striped shirts over the line of scrimmage. So a timeout on the field as they talk about things. Folks, just a reminder that tonight's game is brought to you by Ave Maria University. Parents, are you searching for a safe, affordable, authentic Catholic university? Look no further than Ave Maria University. Ave Maria offers 33 majors, 16 varsity sports, and is located in sunny Southwest Florida. Check them out online at avemaria.edu. So the timeout is over, and the Saints come up to the line of scrimmage. And it looks like a heavy package left as Finley is in the wing position to the left. Single step back is Clark. And Morris is in the shotgun, wide out left and right. They blow the whistle, and here we go. On 1st and 10 now. And now it looks like the defense was drawn off sides. They actually reset the ball outside the 10-yard line to about the 12. And, Mark, what's the reasoning behind that?
Okay, just the official came over and said if the defense blocks it, you can advance it, but it has to go past the line of scrimmage. It never went past the line of scrimmage, so it had to go right where the ball was dead.
Okay, so it was down. And so now, after the offsides is called against Northside, it is 1st and 5 now for the Saints. Ball back on the 7-yard line. Here's the snap. They roll to the left side. Morris hitting the backfield, tries to shake a tackle. Doesn't do a very good job. And then a big scrum right there at the middle of the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for maybe a yard.
Yeah, that play did not look good from the start. The whole defensive line for Northside in on the stop there.
Checking in for the Saints is number 25, T.J. Tipman. He's a junior. So a gain of 1 brings up 2nd and 4. As the Saints prepare to come up to the line, the ball is resting at the 6-yard line of Northside. Saints looking to punch it in here in the first quarter. Trips to the left, empty backfield for Morris. Now man in motion is Clark coming behind and decide to give it to him, and he goes nowhere. He's hit in the backfield. They try to trap through the middle, and Northside sniffed it out.
Quincy Moore sniffed it out, number 42. He's a junior, Sean, 6'1", 175, and he read that play perfectly.
So not much of a gain there as Hayden Ellinger comes in, the sophomore for Bishop Dwenger. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Saints. So the Northside defense seems to be stiffening here against the Saints offense. Again, ball resting just outside the 5-yard line of Northside. Here's a snap, power I formation. They get to Clark, nothing. Tries the right side, and nothing is there. He's tackled by about 4 legends.
This drive has looked as bad as their first drive looked good, Sean.
I agree.
The first drive, the Saints just marched right down the field before the interception. This drive, nothing going. 3 running plays, and they picked up about 2 yards.
4th and 3 now, and it looks like they are going to try the field goal now.
This is another kicker. Michael Garrett missed some practice this week being sick, so a new kicker in here for the Saints.
Looks like, I believe that's number 81. Is that right, Joe?
Tanner Tutwiler, and it's a fake.
It's a fake. Morris has it. He was the holder. He's running left, looking for an open receiver. Guns it to the back, incomplete and overthrown. His intended receiver that time was number 87. That's Nick Sioka, who could not go up to get it, and the drive stalls.
The ball was definitely too high for Sioka. I almost felt like Morris could have ran that one in, ran to the pylon, and maybe gotten in.
You know, Sioka, he checks in at 6'3", so it's not like he's short. That was just well overthrown. And the Bishop Dwenger offense did not look to be in sync during that drive, Joe, at all.
Not at all, Sean.
That was an ugly outing for the Saints. So another turnover on downs here, and here is the Northside Legends working in the shadow of their own end zone. Here's a quick give to the tailback. No, quarterback keeper on the left side. Gets north of the 5, out to about the 7-yard line.
Ball comes out, but the referee is calling him down before it came out.
So that's a gain of 2 for the Legends. Brings up a 2nd and 8. 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Still zeros on the scoreboard. As the Northside defense stiffened there a little bit and gives the ball back to the Legends on offense. Here is the snap, rolling to the right, looking to throw, tries to get rid of it. He's got pressure, dumps it off. It is caught at the 12, north of the 12, out to about the 16-yard line. The intended receiver that time, Ethan Williams. And that is going to be a Northside first down.
It looks like a big hit there by A.J. Brady, the defensive end, on Collins. And Collins is coming up a little limping there, Sean.
That he is. And he's got his hands on his hips. And, boy, if the freshman goes out, we could see number 15, that's Hayden Jones, come in as quarterback. But let's see if he can gather some mustard here. 1st and 10 for Northside. Here's the snap. And we've got a flag on the play. And it was a delayed give, a little read option out to the left side. Tackle for loss to about the 13-yard line. And let's see what the flag is.
Looks like illegal motion. The running back did not get set. He was moving forward and did not get set before the snap.
So with the tackle for loss, you think they're going to decline this. So, Mark, what do you have for us?
This quarterback is still struggling after that big hit. I've been watching him after he gave that. He didn't even go anywhere. He kind of bent over at the waist. I'm going to really watch how he's going to be here in the next 2 or 3 plays.
Right.
I saw it as well, Mark. He put his hands on his knees as soon as he handed it off and just stood there.
All right, so they declined the penalty, and that brings up a 2nd and looks to be about 16, maybe 17 yards to go. The ball is now resting on the 14-yard line. Northside moving left to right on your radio dial. 2 wideouts on the short side, left, and here's a quick give to the tailback, looking for some room through the middle. Oh, and he paid for that one. He got back to the 15-yard line and not much more there. Number 39 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints came and said hello.
It's Isaac Bloom, one of the leaders on this team, 2-year starting linebacker, and he brought the boom.
That he did.
Bring the boom, Sean.
Brings up a 3rd and 3 now, or 3rd and 13 now for the Northside Legends, Ball resting at their own 15-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Northside really taking their time, getting set. And now we've got a flag on the play.
Looks like Will Kolar, the defensive end, jumped. That's 5. That's the Saints' first penalty of the night, 5-yarder.
5 free yards for Northside. Puts the ball at the 20-yard line, and they will reset the 3rd down. Brings up 3rd and 8 now. Quarterback looks over the defense. Collins backs way into the shotgun. Trips package to the right. Here's a snap. Looks right, throws over the middle. High one and incomplete that time. No real chance as Hayden was going across the middle, but he was well covered by the Saints secondary.
T.J. McGarry on the coverage, and now we might see this Legends punt team, Sean.
Yeah. A successful one, possibly. Let's see what they do here on 4th and 8. Offense on the field here. So will they go for it is the question. Do they even have a punt team? Does Hayden Jones, is he going to punt this one away? Yes, it does look like Hayden Jones has the ball. Quick punt that time, and it's going to land near the 50, take a Northside bounce, and no return that time by Bishop Dwenger. And it's going to roll down to about the 38-yard line. So, looks like Hayden Jones is going to be asked to do quite a bit tonight for the Northside Legends as he kicked that one away.
A good punt. Good punt.
It was a good punt from the running back spot. And they're going to mark this one back at the Saints' 38-yard line with 2 minutes and 25 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Your score 0-0, and the Saints offense is back on the field. So 62 yards here to go for the Bishop Dwenger Saints to score. Can they do it in 2 minutes and 25 seconds is the question. Under center this time is more quick give to the tailback through the middle. Running behind the big blockers is Chip Clark. And he's going to have 4, possibly 5 on that carry.
A nice trap. Little inside quick give. The right guard pulled and trapped the defensive tackle. And that's what happens when you get these defensive linemen for the Legends, like the last drive, coming upfield hard and fast. You trap them, Sean. You trap them. And good call there. Good play call by Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator.
Burrill checking in for the Saints. Twins right, twins left in a single setback. Now a man in motion across the line of scrimmage. And a quick give to Clark. Finds nothing. Actually, that's going to be a tackle for loss near the 40-yard line.
Not much going. They're bringing it. You know, really at this point you see the linebackers cheating up, getting a little closer to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And you almost feel like they're saying, Eddie Morris, you're going to have to beat us with your arm.
Right. Let's check in with Mark Watts.
Okay, I'm on Northside's sidelines, and the coaches are just firing these kids up. They say we got to keep coming at this group, and there was a lot of confidence right now on Northside's sideline. Back to you.
All right. Here come the Saints on 3rd and 7. Twins to the right on the short side, 1 wide left and a single setback. Morris in the shotgun. Again on 3rd and 7, play action, looks to throw. Throws it over the middle. It is caught, going to the right side into Northside territory, inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line.
Alec Watercutter on the reception for the Saints. Eddie Morris completes his first pass of this ball game, and it goes for a first down.
That it does. Down inside the Northside Legends 40, down to the 38-yard line. It wasn't pretty, but the Saints will take it. He had to go back to grab that one. So Watercutter with his first catch of the night. 1st and 10 for the Saints inside Northside territory. 55 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Morris in the shotgun. Twins to the left. Here's a snap. Play action. Looks to throw. Looking left. Fires. And it is going down for it. Did he catch it? Yes, it is caught. An amazing catch that time by number 49. That is Patrick Finley.
Patrick Finley, the coaches are real high on this young man, only a sophomore. But I've heard some coaches compare him to Johnny Goodman. He has that kind of ability. So we're going to get to watch Patrick Finley for 3 years.
So they get inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal now for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and we've got a timeout on the field, north side. They want to regroup and talk about some things. We're going to check in with Houston to see if Tranquility Base can take a break here, and we can. Fantastic. The Poinsett Gals have taken good care of us. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Diamonds are a girl's best friend, and diamonds are forever. And since 1988, Peter Franklin has been bringing you the finest diamonds imported from overseas diamond cutters. Peter Franklin Jewelers. Jewelry created from concept to completion by our master goldsmiths on staff. Peter Franklin Jewelers, with 3 locations to serve you: New Haven, DuPont Road, and Angola. Remember, it's not just jewelry, it's Peter Franklin.
We are back to live action here as the timeout nears an end. We've got 36.6 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, and the Saints have the ball just at the 10-yard line. And they have been given a 1st and goal off of the catch of Patrick Finley. And let's see what they do here. It's going to be twins right, twins left, and a single setback. That's Hayden Ellinger in the running back position. Man in motion is Steele across the line of scrimmage. Here's his fake. Play action, rolling to the right, looking to throw. He's in trouble. He goes back to his left. He gets some block. He's going to have to tuck this and run, and he finally does. Gets inside the 10, the 5, gets down to about the 2-yard line as Morris had to make the yards by himself, and he does.
Morris ran about 60 yards to pick up 4. But it is a nice gain and a nice decision there just to tuck it and run by Morris.
Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
Okay, so I was looking him right in the eyes on this thing, and he wanted to throw it. He wanted to throw it, and all of a sudden something kicked in and said, I better run this thing. But he was looking downfield the whole time.
I think what kicked in was those coaches, Mark, on the sideline yelling, run it!
All right, folks, that's going to do it for the first quarter of action. They're going to reset and switch sides. When we come back, the Saints are going to face a 2nd and goal from the 2. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM. Welcome home to your family of faith.
Make a difference in your life and others by joining. Every great team has focus and talent, and at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you and the athletes in your life be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game. The DeHaze Group is a locally owned, full-service insurance agency that has been servicing clients in Northeast Indiana since 1982. We have proven strategies that link our clients to exclusive insurance programs. Kevin Burns is a proud supporter of sports on Redeemer Radio. Call him at 260-424-5600 for all your insurance needs. The DeHaze Group, exceeding expectations beyond insurance.
We are back to live action here at Zollner Stadium, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints start the second quarter with a 2nd and goal from the north side 2-yard line. They are lined up in an I formation. Morris under center, give to the tailback right through the middle, touchdown. The Saints score with 11:56 to go here in the second quarter.
T.J. Tittman, and who did he run behind? Tittman behind Tittman.
That's it.
T.J. Tittman behind Joe Tittman for a score. And who led the way? But another Tittman cousin, that's Hayden Ellinger. They call him the Boz. I call him Iron Head Hayden.
Okay. Wow. That's good, Joe.
I got a million of them.
Yes, you do. And I've heard them all. Tutwiler in for the PAT here for the Saints. Eddie Morris on the hold. Kick is up, and it looks good from here, and it is. All right, 7-0 is your score with 11:56 to go here in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. When we come back, the Legends will be receiving the ball. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Illumination Solutions is a family-owned and operated business that specializes in LED low-voltage landscapes and holiday lighting for homes and businesses. And now we introduce our new business called The Mosquito Doctor that specializes in mosquito barrier and event spraying. In addition, mosquito misting systems are also available. The phone number is the same for both businesses at 260-489-1000.
Back to live action here. Coming off of the Bishop Dwenger score by Tittman. It was a 2-yard run with 11:56 to go here in the second quarter. And here come the Saints to kick this one away. Now Garrett, number 24, is in. Michael Garrett is a junior kicker for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, working off the right hash mark. 3 men back deep for the Northside Legends, including Lockett. And this one will not go to Lockett. It'll actually go to Hayden Jones, who goes through the middle looking for that line. And he's got some blocking around the right side, gets north of the 30 before he is dropped. And that's where Northside will take over. Let's come in and check in with Nick Gray, who's got some updates from around the area.
Well, yes, indeed, guys, I do. Things are starting to get going. Right now, though, Snyder got a quick start on Carroll. They're leading 14-0, came out to play tonight. Another team that's came out to fight is Homestead. They're beating Concordia 14-0. Angola's at Leo. Leo's up 15-7 in that matchup. Then New Haven's beating Mississinawa 6-0 right now. So back up to you guys.
1st and 10 for the Legends. They are led by Collins. Ronald Collins III, the freshman quarterback, has behind him as a single setback Hayden Jones. And they finally get set with only about 7 seconds to go here on the play clock. They better get this off. 4, 3, then there's the snap. Play action, going right, thrown, nearly picked. Almost picked off that time by the defense number 30 for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. That's McGarry.
Pass was intended for Franklin, number 6 for the Legends. Only a sophomore, Franklin. But Collins is trying to hook up with him here, and McGarry stepped right in the way.
So that burns it down on the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now for the Northside Legends. Again, your score is 7-0 Saints. 2 wideouts to the left side, 1 wide right. And here's a give. It's going to be an option through the middle. Jones on the carry, trying to find something there. And he won't find much. Gain of inches, maybe a yard, brings up 3rd and 9.
Jacob Fabini on the stop for the Saints.
The defense interior looks pretty stout so far tonight, Joe.
They're just not giving. There's no bend in that front.
No. 3rd and 9 for the Northside Legends as they check the sidelines. Collins barks it out to his front line. Again, taking plenty of time here to call this play. Single setback, twins to the right. Check that left. Working off the right hash mark. Here's a snap and another read option throw over the middle that time. Incomplete. He was looking for Ethan Williams, the senior receiver. And again, that defense all over the receiver core for Northside.
Looks like another punting situation here for North. This will set up the Saints with really good starting field position.
And we don't have a receiver back for Bishop Dwenger. Now finally we've got Steele going back to get this kick. It's a high kick, not very deep at all. Very high and up, and takes a north side bounce into Dwenger territory. But Joe, you called it. They're going to have the ball right at the 36-yard line. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
All right, looking at Ronald Collins III, the freshman, he's not that tall, and he's not getting back depth, and it's hard for him to see over the defense. It'd be nice to have him get a little more depth, so then he would be able to see downfield a little bit better.
Well,
he's having a hard time seeing downfield.
Mark, I was suspect in looking at his stats. They check him in at 5'10". Is that generous?
That's very generous.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thanks. 1st and 10 for the Saints from their own 36-yard line. Man in motion is Clark going to the right side. Interior pitch. Little shovel pass. He's got some room. Knocking over a defender. Pushing that linebacker back is little Chip Clark.
That's nice. That is a nice play right there. Just a shuffle pass to Chip Clark on the inside. They started with the outside option motion, and here comes Clark underneath. Little shuffle pass. Well-executed play.
10-yard gainer that time out to the 46, so they move the chains. 1st and 10 now for the Saints. They're up 7-0 with 10 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the second quarter. Moving left to right on your radio dial. They're going to have a trips package to the right side, one wide left with a wing left. Wing is Clark in motion now. They fake to him. Play action. He steps up. He's got some pressure. He's wide open. There goes Morris down the field. He's at the 40, the 35, the 30, at the 25, the 20. Now a flag comes out, and he's going to be dropped at the 20-yard line.
I'm not sure what the flag was. I was watching downfield blocking. It was behind that. I'm not sure what the flag was.
I think that might be the new rule. Mark, what do you have for it?
Exactly right. It was like that lookout block, and the kid was turning around. He didn't even have a chance to see him, the offensive man, and the offensive man drilled him very high. So that's the new rule they called on that one. I'm sure they did.
All right.
Right. To clarify, you can't, if a defender is running after a ball carrier and he doesn't see you coming, you can only lead with open hands. You can't launch yourself and decleat them like we used to see all the time. One of those safety rules.
And that's exactly what they call here. That is a personal foul. And that is they give the ball to Northside. So
was
after that huge, there may have been. Do they actually, Mark, we're going to need some clarification from the sidelines.
There had to be a fumble.
Do they give the ball to the other team? Because I saw a coach waving, it's our ball. Let's see what happens. Here's a read option. Quarterback decides to keep it through the middle, and not necessarily the best decision that time. That's going to be a tackle for loss, maybe no gain. But Northside has the ball. Let's see what was the call there.
There was a fumble at the end of that play. Everybody was looking at that devastating hit, and they fumbled it, and Northside recovered. So there was a fumble on the play.
Okay. And Northside recovers a fumble by Morris. And so now Northside facing a 2nd and 10 inside their own 20-yard line at the 19 from the shotgun. Here's a snap. He looks to throw. Looks right. He's got pressure. Steps out of it. Oh, he's tripped before he can get any traction. And that's going to be a tackle for loss.
Looked like maybe he stepped on his own player's foot, Hayden Jones. Yeah. It's unfortunate, bringing up a big third down here for the Legends.
So Collins can't get it done there, so that's going to bring up a third and about 13 here. Ball resting at the 16-yard line of Northside. And it looks like it's going to be an empty backfield this time. Twins to the right side and trips package to the left. Collins alone in the backfield, the freshman quarterback. Here's a snap. Looks to the right, throws over the middle, and it is going to be incomplete. A flag, 2 flags coming out.
Good call.
Good call that time. That is certainly defensive pass interference. Climbed over his back and tried to knock it away.
Yeah, easy call for 2 officials to make as the flags came flying in.
Looks like Armstrong, number 4, was the intended receiver that time. And now, Joe, I don't.
Not going to be an automatic first down.
Let's check in with Mark Watts.
It's very noticeable that they're taking their time calling their plays.
Right.
There's like 7-8 seconds left, and it's on purpose because they're trying to run this clock and slow the game down.
1st and 10 for Northside. Quick throw this time. Through the middle, breaks one tackle, does not break another. Little hitch pattern out there to Jones, number 15.
T.J. Tippmann makes the stop. T.J. Tippmann, I think, is the best tackler on the Saints defense. This kid does not miss tackles.
Gain of 5.5, maybe 6, brings up a 2nd and 4 for Northside. Ball resting at their own 38-yard line. Again, empty backfield for Collins. Here's a snap, looks right, scrambles, he's over, he's sacked. Big-time sack that time by the Saints.
Jacob Fabini, number 51, the senior, not a big kid, 210 pounds. But he just slanted and got right between the 2 offensive linemen, and nobody was there to stop him.
Well, he manhandled that front line that time. So the big-time loss going to bring up a 3rd and 14 now. So a loss of 10 for Northside on that sack. Again, an empty backfield. Might do well to give him some protection. Trips left, 2 wide right. Here's a snap, looks to throw, and it's a screen to the right side. Tries to break contain, he cannot. 5 Saints are there before he goes down. So Taylor, the receiver that time for Northside, gains 1, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 14.
A lot of punts here in the first half for Northside. Just really cannot get their offense going. Their offense struggled last week as well against Snyder, and those struggles seem to continue here at Zollner Stadium tonight.
So Northside in to punt the ball away. Hayden Jones stepping back. Short snap, kick, it's up.
Going backwards.
Yes, going backwards, must have been tipped. Takes the north side bounce. Somebody cover it. And you can't just put your hand on it. You got to maintain possession there. And finally it's wrapped up by Bishop Dwenger. There it is, Mark Watts. Will Kohler jumps on that ball. So Bishop Dwenger takes over inside their own 30-yard line at the 29. Excellent field position to start this drive. Remember, folks, if you can't listen to Redeemer Radio locally, we are on the web, live everywhere. Just check us out online at www.redeemerradio.com and click on the Listen Live button.
Northside has 7 total yards here in the first half.
Here come the Saints on offense. Single setback. Morris under center. Man in motion now is Clark. Give it to him. End around. Nothing. He's stuck in the backfield and taken down at the 29-yard line.
Tommy Steele missed a block there, and he knew it. He was beating himself up, hitting himself in the helmet. That's okay. You get back in the huddle and you get ready to go another play. Sean,
Davis,
it happens.
That's right. Davis, number 10, doing a fine job on the stop from his defensive back position for the Legends. 2nd and 10 now for the Saints. They're up 7-0 with 5 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Morris under center. Single setback with a wing right. Here's a snap. Fake it to Clark. Goes to the left side. He's got pressure. Rolls out of it. Still looking downfield. Throws. And it is, intended for Watercutter. Fantastic job by the defender that time by Northside. Is that 21?
That is 21.
Yeah.
Great job by 21. Let's look that name up.
Jalen Harris is what
got
I've got. Is that it? Yeah. So Jalen Harris gets a paw in there and knocks it away. And now the Saints face a 3rd and 10 as they stop the clock with 5:35 to go here in the first half. From the 29, they break huddle. On 3rd and 10, it's going to be 2 wideouts to the short side right and a single setback. Morris in the shotgun this time. Here's a snap. Pressure comes. Looks to throw a quick dump pass to the right side. And Clark breaks one tackle but cannot break another, and he's knocked out of bounds at the line of scrimmage.
I tell you what, that was a little screen pass to Clark, and the Saints really have never been a good screen team.
No.
You know, you watch teams like Bishop, Luers run the screen, and it's just a thing of beauty. But the Saints screen game needs a lot of work.
4th and 10 now for the Saints. The offense still on the field. Remember, the ball is at the north side 29-yard line. And they break huddle. On 4th and 10, 2 wideouts to the left, 2 wideouts to the right, and a single setback. Morris from the shotgun. Play action, rolls to his left, has some daylight, looks to throw, steps, checks, gets downfield. He's got the first down, steps out of bounds safely inside the 20, near the 14-yard line.
Just great speed there by Morris. I mean, he had a defender running right with him, and he just was determined, Sean, to get that corner, and he got the corner and picked up enough yards for a first down.
So he takes it down to the 14-yard line and a fresh set of downs. So a 4th down conversion there for the Saints. Twins right and left. North side shows blitz. Little dump pattern off to the right side. Clark has it, gets inside the 10, gets rolled to about the 5-yard line.
Chip Clark getting a lot of catches here. Of course, Chip Clark is the younger brother of Amon Clark. We called his name plenty over the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, we did.
Chip Clark now getting his opportunity.
Chip Clark, the senior running back, takes it down to the 5, brings up a 2nd and 1 now for the Saints. Here's a snap. Morris looks to throw. He's got pressure through the middle. He's dancing. He's covered up and sacked. Big number 48 that time for the Northside legend. Takes him down at about the 13-yard line.
A big man coming there for the sack, Sean. That's Taylor, and he is a load. Taylor got through, and I looked over and saw one of those offensive linemen for the Saints laying on the ground. So Taylor took care of his business right there.
So off of the sack, the Saints are facing a 3rd and 9 now. Ball back on the 14-yard line. Morris will be in the shotgun with a single setback. Here's a snap. Fake it to Shear. Looks over the middle. Throws it. Flat. That is Clark. He's got it in the flats at the 5. Puts his shoulder into it. Touchdown.
Nice effort by Chip Clark. He knew where the goal line was, and he wasn't going to be denied that 6 points.
A 14-yard pitch and catch from Eddie Morris to Chip Clark, and the Saints have 6 more points on the board. Number 24, Garrett comes on for the PAT. Morris is on the hold. Here's the snap. Hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. The score now 14-0 with 3:54, Saints on top. We're going to step out for a 1-minute break. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Hello, sports fans. This is Father Bob Garrow, chaplain at Bishop Dwenger High School. It is time to get geared up for our fall sports season. Whether competing on the soccer field, golf, or cross-country course, volleyball court, or on the gridiron, we wish good luck and great sportsmanship to all our student athletes and their teams. May we become the saints we are called to be. Saint Sebastian, pray for us.
Stay connected with Redeemer Radio. On the new Redeemer Radio smartphone app, you can sign up for notifications to stay informed with the latest news and programming updates. You can receive alerts for our special broadcasts, The Kyle Hyman Show, Redeemer Reflections, Odyssey Pilgrimage information, and more. Download the free Redeemer Radio app on your smartphone or tablet by searching Redeemer Radio in your Google Play or App Store. Brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union.
Back to live action as Garrett kicks this one away. It's a high end over end kick, not deep at all. And the Bishop Dwenger Saints were pursuing that heavily. But it's covered up by Winston from the Legends, and they are going to get the ball. Northside Legends are at their own 21-yard line. Well, Joe, the Legends have to get something going here.
Right, 7 yards. 7 yards total offense for the Legends in this first half, and there's 3:53 to go in the second quarter. So they haven't even put up enough yards in the first half to pick up a first down.
Right.
So you're right, Sean.
Yeah.
This time.
All right, the Northside Legends are led by their freshman quarterback, and he is Ronald Collins III. He's got a single setback behind him and Jones. Trips package to the right. He flows to the right, has backside pressure, goes deep. Single man coverage. It is caught, but incomplete that time. He was either out of bounds or not able to wrangle that in. That is Franklin, the receiver that time. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
Now, I like that they rolled out the quarterback so he can see.
Yeah.
And use his speed so he can see downfield, and he put a nice ball up there. So I like this. Let's see if Northside continues to sprint him out.
I like it. They've got to do something, and that is something. Gave the opportunity to the receiver. That time he just couldn't bring it in. 2nd and 10 now off of the incomplete pass. Alone in the backfield is Collins. Trips package to the right. He looks right, throws right, and the short route, it is caught, and he breaks one tackle, gets the first down before getting down to about the 37-yard line. And again, that is number 4, R.J. Armstrong, the junior. Checks in at 5'8", 157, and a first down for the Redskins.
That's my fault. That's my fault, Sean.
Is it?
Yeah, because I said earlier that T.J. Tippmann, I think, is the best tackler on this defense, and he missed a tackle right there.
Broadcaster's curse.
I
Joe.
blame myself.
Yeah, you should. Buy him a taco. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Legends. Ball resting at their own 38-yard line. Twins package to the left, one wide right, and a single setback. They flare it out. Jones from the backfield. He's got pressure, and that is going to be a tackle for loss that time. Takes a big stick.
T.J. Tippmann wasn't going to miss that tackle.
He was not. So he stops him at the 32-yard line. That is a loss of 6. Brings up a 2nd and 16 now for the Legends. Collins with a single setback. Twins to the right side, one wide left. Here's a snap. Pressure coming, and it's picked. Oh, good heavens. Somebody got a paw on it. Got tip drill, and he wasn't able to bring it in.
A.J. Brady, the defensive end, almost had himself a tip pick right there.
But alas, it is not, just falls to the ground. Another incomplete pass, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 16 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining here in the first half. Saints up 14-0 over the Legends. Legends with the ball moving right to left on your radio dial.
The Legends have only converted 1 third down here tonight, and that was via penalty.
And now we've got a timeout on the field for the Legends, so we are going to step out for a timeout as well. 14-0 is your score. Saints on top, Legends with the ball. Stick around, folks. This is SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Do you own a phone or computer? That's all it takes to bank with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Make deposits, check balances, transfer funds, all while sitting in your minivan waiting for practice to end. Or if you prefer to come in person, you'll have access to more than 30 shared branches and 50 surcharge-free ATMs in the greater Fort Wayne area. By listening to Redeemer Radio, you already share our values. Join us and let us help you make life easier. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, 844-230-6611 or ndelevate.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
Back to second quarter action here at Zollner Stadium. 14-0 is your score. Saints on top. Let's check in with Nick Gray.
Oh, guys, things are starting to heat up around the league. Right now, Bishop Luers did score. They're up 7-0. Wayne's out at Luers tonight. Snyder is really giving it to Carroll, guys. 35-0.
Wow.
Carroll can't get that clock running fast enough.
Yeah.
Good pick, Joe. Homestead's beating Concordia 14-7. Northrop's up on Southside 6-0. Right now, Leo's leading Angola 22-14. DeKalb's beating Garrett 12-7. Back up to you guys.
On 3rd and 16, here come the Legends. Single setback, flow to the right, looking to throw is Collins. He's got pressure, gets out of it again. Oh, he gets hit, still on his feet, and then finally goes down.
I tell you what, Collins has 9 lives.
Yes, he does.
I mean, there were people you figured all these blue jerseys were going to clean it up, and none of them could get it done. Nice effort there by Collins, rolling out again to Mark's point to give him room to look downfield.
Fabini finally able to put that big hit on him and knock him to the ground. Kudos to the freshman quarterback there. But again, now the Legends are facing a 4th and 16. And Hayden in to kick this one away. Better kick this time. And Steele back for the Saints. Gets it at the 40, the 45, the 50. Gets into Legends territory and takes it down to about the 43-yard line. So
19
yards return that time for Steele, and they're going to mark this at the 43-yard line of the Legends. And let's see if the Saints can come out and be a little crisper on offense here. Not really impressed so far with the Saints offense, Joe, even though the score is 14-0. There's lots of room for improvement.
A little bit what I saw last week, Sean, just real choppy. Didn't really find a flow to it.
Tight trips package on the left side. Single setback for Morris. They flow to the right. And option play. This time Morris decides to keep it. Gets inside the 40 to about the 39-yard line. Gain of 4 or 5 there.
Alec Watercutter checking out of the ball game.
Brings up a 2nd and we'll call it 6 for the Saints from the 39-yard line. Morris has a single setback and Finley back there. Trips package to the right. And now here is an Ipswich shovel pass through the middle to Clark. Puts his head into it. Gets down to about the 31-yard line.
I tell you what, that was either going to be a really bad play or a really good play because the blitz came from that offensive right side, defensive left. They brought 2 linebackers through there, and somehow Clark found his way through.
And it is enough for a Saints first down at the north side 31-yard line. Empty backfield for Morris. He looks to throw on first down, going right. Seam pattern, got a man, and it is incomplete in the end zone. And the Saint faithful are looking for a flag. Finley was the intended receiver. Mark, would the flag should have called out? What do you think?
Yeah, they were right. For once, the fans were right. The defender reached with his left hand up, but he had his right hand around the offensive man's waist, and it was definitely pass interference on that one.
Yeah, Finley, the intended receiver that time, Joe.
That's what I saw as well.
Right.
Hayden Ellinger, by the way, was flying right down the middle of the field with nobody near him,
on him.
And Morris just didn't have an opportunity to see him.
All right. And was there there must have been a flag on that. 1st and 15 now for the Saints. And here's a trap through the middle, and he is gone. He is off to the races. The 25, the 20, touchdown. Bishop Dwenger Saints. That is Hayden Ellinger on the carry that time, right up the gut, and gashes the Northside Legends for a 36-yard score.
Little inside trap. Hayden Ellinger, the fullback, just takes it, and there is nobody at the 2nd level, Sean. There's nobody at the 3rd level.
No.
Hayden Ellinger, the sophomore, gets his first rushing touchdown of the season.
So a 36-yard score for the Saints, and in comes Garrett for the PAT. What do you have, Mark?
I thought it was a great call by Jason Garrett because they were expecting pass, and they had all the wideouts outside, only one free safety, and he kind of cheated to the right side of the field. There was nobody there. Great call.
Garrett's kick is up, and it is good. 1 minute and 5 seconds remain here in the first half, and the Saints are up 21-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
Programming on Redeemer Radio is underwritten in part by Bob Busher Homes. Floor plan customization is what they specialize in. Find floor plans, building sites, and read Bob's story on the web at bobbusherhomes.com. Bob Busher Homes is locally owned with offices in Fort Wayne and Angola. For more information about new home building or remodeling, Bob Busher Homes can be reached at 260-490-3355.
We are back to live action, and Joe, we were talking during the break. We're going to have to eat some crow here because we're complaining a little bit about the Dwenger offense, and Ellinger and company comes back and gashes the Northside defense for 6.
Right, just when I opened my mouth and say there was no real offensive flow, they put about 3 runs together in a row and score a touchdown. So here we go.
Good stuff for the Saints. And here is Garrett's kick. It's a line drive kick, and no real return that time for Northside as it trickles into the end zone. So the touchback will be coming out, and the Northside offense will be taking the field. Well, folks, just a reminder that this broadcast is brought to you by Bishop Luers High School. Bishop Luers, a Catholic educational community that instills in each student dignity, integrity, respect, and responsibility. You can catch the Luers spirit at www.bishopluers.org. And here to wind up the second quarter, Northside on offense with 1:05 remaining. Down 3 scores, 21-0 is your score. Single setback, twins right and left for Northside. Here's a quick give to Jones, trying to dance his way through the middle of the line. Nice gang tackling by the Saint defense. And now we've got a timeout on the field. And it looks like the defense is going to call a timeout here.
I think because of the lack of distance that Northside can get on their punts.
Sure.
Maybe Coach Schwarzkopf wants to take another shot here before half, and why not?
That's exactly right. 58.5 seconds remaining here in the first half. Folks, in case you're not following us on Twitter, you can do so quite easily. Just check us out. We are at 1063 Sports. Check us out online as Nick Gray, during the games, keeps track of scores and highlights from around the area, as well as puts those scores for the Saints and Knights out weekly as well. So check us out on Twitter. We are at 1063 Sports.
Sean, last week, Northside, again, they had offensive troubles against Snyder. Turned the ball over 5 times, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. They scored 7 points, and that was early in the first quarter that they scored those 7 points. But they did put up 203 yards on Snyder, and they're nowhere near on track to get 200 yards here tonight.
No. So 2nd and 8 now for the Northside Legends as they break huddle and come to the line. Again, trips to the right, 1 wide left. Collins in the shotgun. Fade pattern, left side going deep, and let's see, incidental contact that time. Great coverage by the Saint defender, number 27, and that is Obergfell. No chance for the receiver to go up and get it.
Winston was the intended receiver for the Legends. Nice little fade there, but a little too far.
You know, this Legends offense is quite young. 3 seniors starting tonight for the Legends. For the new head coach, USF alum, Mike Brevard. Here's a snap. Here's a quick give through the middle as Jones looks for something. Is whistled dead after a gain of maybe a couple.
Isaac Bloom on the stop for the Saints. Another timeout called there by Bishop Dwenger. Again, trying to conserve the clock. 49 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Coach Schwarzkopf wants to get a chance at A, either a punt return, or B, a couple offensive plays after a change of possession, assuming the Saints stop the Legends.
Right. Well, it is 4th down.
Fourth down. Sorry.
4th down now, and both teams coming off to huddle up and take a breather, talk about some strategy, and see what happens here with 49 seconds remaining in the first half. Assuming the punt game from Northside is consistent, it's going to be short or middling at best, and so I think the
middling.
Saints, right? Yeah,
middling.
Okay, you have
That's
a better
the first
word?
time I've ever heard you use that word. I've been doing this 10 years with you. I've never heard middling.
You know,
I like it.
Full of surprises. Yeah. Let's do better with that and check in with Mark Watts.
Thank you, Sean. I don't like this punt formation that the Legends are using. I mean, get the kid back a couple more yards and so he has a little time.
Right.
The first punt that basically the punter blocked, the up back went backwards, which is you never do that. So here we go.
from the running back position. Again, the kick high, end over end, and goes really nowhere, maybe about 15 yards, then takes a Dwenger bounce, and it is touched up inside the 30 at the 28-yard line.
5-yard punt.
Yeah. Wow.
You might as well go for it.
That was not middling, Joe. That was short. That was short. So, again, the Saints doing a fine job of managing that clock because, again, now they're in striking distance at the 28-yard line with 40 seconds remaining here in the first half. One has to wonder if they're going to try a trap through the middle. Again, spread out those linebackers, and, well, let's see what they do. It's going to be twins to the left, heavy package left. Clark is going to be offset to the right. Here's a snap. Fake it to Clark, winding out to the left. Morris looks to throw, going deep. He's got a man in the end zone. Blocked. Is it caught? Touchdown. It is caught. Finley with the catch. It was tipped by the initial receiver. Finley was there to grab it out of the air, and it's a Saints score.
I couldn't tell if the intended receiver Watercutter tipped it or the defender tipped it. It doesn't matter, Sean. Somebody tipped it. Finley catches it. 6 more points for the Saints.
All right, so Garrett in for the PAT. That was fast. 33 seconds still remaining here in the first half. And the Saints with a 28-yard score that time. Garrett is in. The kick is up. And it is good. So we're going to go ahead and step out for a little 30-second break. You're listening to SAC football here on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
For Harley-Davidson, Honda, and Kawasaki, there's no place like the new Ellerding family of dealerships in New Haven, now in our 51st year. Over 300 new and used motorcycles, scooters, and ATVs, plus multi-purpose utility vehicles that tow, haul, and seat up to 6. No matter what you ride or drive, let's swap for a new one. Choose a new non-current model, and qualified buyers get some of the best finance terms in years. Visit Ellerding's River City Harley-Davidson and Ellerding's Honda Kawasaki Motorsports today. Conveniently located on State Road 930 East in New Haven, plus our gear store in Glenbrook Mall by Sears. Welcome to the family.
Back to live action where the Saints have done a nice piece of work here in the waning seconds of the first half. Good strategy, good timeout management. They got the ball back with 44 seconds remaining and then gashed the Northside defense on a 28-yard strike. Patrick Finley came up with the blocked ball in the end zone, and now the score is 28-0 with 33 seconds remaining. And there must have been a penalty after the play, maybe an unsportsmanlike or something like that, because now Garrett is going to kick off from the 45-yard line of Northside. So this is interesting that we didn't catch that.
I didn't see the flag.
Didn't catch that flag. But nonetheless, it happened, and here come the Saints with a very short field. Let's see what Garrett does with it. And it's a high end over end kick. He's just going to go ahead and kick it into the end zone, and Lockett will get the ball with no chance of a return. Again, an IHSAA rule, if the ball gets kicked into the end zone, no return.
Sean, if you're Northside, do you take a knee here with 33 seconds to go in the first half?
You have to wonder. What the coach is trying to accomplish here. Is it time just to go into the locker room, regroup, and tell the boys that they've got 24 minutes to play, give it everything, or are you going to try and get something accomplished here on offense?
I bet they run plays. What the heck? You got a young quarterback. Get him as many.
Get him reps.
Get him reps.
Yep. So here comes Collins from the shotgun. Trips to the left. One wide right. Here's a snap. Give to the tailback. No. Quarterback keeper. Good fake that time, but he runs into the interior line and is stood up for a gain of 1 maybe. And that may be all they do here as the clock continues to run. 15 seconds remaining.
They do not have to run another play here in this first half.
And Coach Brevard might say good enough. And he surely will. So that's going to do it for the first half of action here, ladies and gentlemen. 28-0 is your score. All Saints all night long. So we are going to go ahead and step out for a 1-minute break. When we come back, we will have our halftime presentation for you. Stick around. Lots to talk about during this halftime break. 28-0 is your score. Bishop Dwenger over the Northside Legends, coming to you live from Zollner Stadium on the north side of Fort Wayne. We're back in 60 seconds. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Think of Briscoe Dentistry for your family's dental care. Dr. Todd Briscoe and team know that your body is more than just teeth and gums. Your oral health affects the performance ability of your entire body. And on the field or court, you want your body to perform at its best. So trust Dr. Briscoe and team to provide the ultimate in preventative, periodontal, orthodontic, restorative, and cosmetic dentistry. To optimize your body's performance, contact Dr. Briscoe at 260-486-9950 or on the web at briscoedentistry.com.
How's it going? It's me, the Eagle from First Federal Bank. While I love to hang out at my nest, I am an eagle. I've got a sword. That's why I bank with my friends at First Federal Bank. With their mobile banking app, I have options. I can bank at the branch and beyond. Head over to first-fed.com and check them out today. You can even open your account online while you're there. I'll talk with you later. I've got to fly. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ladies and gentlemen, H&L Electric is your full-service electrical contractor. From commercial, industrial, and residential, H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business or residence. Be sure and call Pete Henry at H&L Electric. Welcome to our halftime presentation, folks. 28-0 is your score. The Bishop Dwenger Saints on top of the Northside Legends. And as Tony gets our numbers together, Joe, what's your overall take of the first half?
Well, it's interesting. The Saints, all their scoring came in the second quarter, Sean.
Right.
It was 0-0 after one, and I thought, my goodness, what is going on here? I really expected it would be a little easier. Northside is down this year. We've
Right.
talked about that on Tailgate Talk.
Yeah.
And they played, really, the Saints, I don't know if you can say they played them even, but the Saints did some things to shoot themselves in the foot in that first quarter. And but got it together the second quarter.
Right.
Got it together, had some big plays. Eddie Moore started to find a little bit of a rhythm throwing the ball. He missed on his first 3 attempts of the ball game, but started to put it together, and that brought those linebackers up. Remember, the Legends stopped the Saints' run by just packing the box, bringing those linebackers tight to the line of scrimmage. There were no lanes to run. Moore starts completing a few passes, and linebackers drop back off. The running game's open again.
Yeah.
So just cat and mouse
Right.
by both of these coaching staffs.
Right, and hats off to Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator, recognizing, the defensive scheme, and, of course, the guys up in the booth that, are noticing the linebacker play. Northside consistently and through all the ages, their linebackers, that's what they've been known for.
Athletes.
Yeah, that's exactly right, and they clearly have some again on the field. But so far, the play calling has been very good, keeping that Legend defense guessing. The Saints have, and really, Joe, it's surprising the defense has been stout for the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and maybe you just have to think that Coach Brevard going with that freshman quarterback, does he expect this this lack of offensive production this year is the question.
Well, you said it. 2 senior start for this Northside offense?
Right. Well,
they are
maybe 3. But
maybe 3. Yeah, but they're young.
Right.
And the offensive line for Northside has some work to do.
Yes.
Now I'm trying to be nice here, but there was nowhere for their backs to go at all. Now, give some credit to the defensive front of the Saints. Let's be fair, but you have to be able to get a helmet on a helmet and open up some holes if you're an offensive lineman.
That's all
Let's just get it done up front. You got to be a mutter.
Yep. All right, we're going to step out for a little 15-second break in order to give Nick some time to prepare for his halftime interview. So we'll be back very quickly, folks. It is 28-0, your halftime score here at Zollner Stadium, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints are over the Northside Legends. We are listening to SAC football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
If you'd like to hear words of wisdom from our bishop and answers to questions submitted by listeners like you, join us Wednesdays at noon for Truth and Charity with Bishop Rhodes, or find past episodes in the Redeemer Radio app.
And we are back to live action here, ladies and gentlemen, from the fabled Zollner Stadium. We're down on the sidelines. We've got our halftime show with our halftime interview. Take it away, Nick Gray.
Well, everybody, welcome to the sidelines. There's a lot going on down here, as normal. The Saints band and flag personnel are out on the field looking really good. Each year, the band seems to grow a little bit. Yeah. So I'm pleased to be joined by a couple of my favorites, at least until the end of this interview. The principal of Bishop Dwenger High School, Jason Shipley, and then the parochial vicar at St. Jude's Parish, as well as the chaplain at Bishop Dwenger High School, Father Bob Garrow. So welcome to the sidelines, guys.
Thank you, Nick.
It's great to be back here.
Oh, yeah. So this is our first time together this season, second weekend. So I know school's started. Tell me a little bit about how things are going so far.
Well, the summer gave us some ups and downs, but we started the year, we pulled together as Dwenger does, and we start off, I think, on a really good note, coming together and on a positive note. It's been pretty good so far. We have a lot of things to look forward to this year. We just wrapped up our classroom renovation, so all the kids now have newly renovated classrooms now to use, and teachers I know are happy, okay?
The teachers are probably happier than the kids, yeah.
That's right. Happy teachers, happy students, right? So that's right. So, again, we're very excited about that. And then if people have pulled up, we've gotten a lot of compliments with the front, and it has a whole new look to it. Our flags are up, the landscaping's in. So not only is the circle looking beautiful, but also our prayer garden around our Queen of All Saints Chapel.
I think one of the most impressive things, because I drive by Bishop Dwenger at least 2 times a day, is that chapel in the front entrance. It clearly pronounces the Catholic identity of Bishop Dwenger High School. So thank you to everybody that participated and continues to participate in the Golden Traditions Capital campaign, because we couldn't have done it without all of our wonderful saints out there.
Yes, that's absolutely, and a good shout out as well. Thank you all who gave and who are still giving, and support, prayers, anyway. And every time somebody comes and visits, they always want to see the chapel. And we just, by the way, I want to throw this out. We just had our 50th reunion of the first class that graduated from Bishop Dwenger High School. That was a couple weeks ago, and they had their mass there in the chapel.
That's wonderful. So, Father Bob, you were telling me about another initiative with the different grades and the saints. So explain to us a little bit about that program.
Yeah, it's a wonderful experience. When I got there, my predecessor, Father Jacob Meyer, actually started it. The freshmen have patron saints. Freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors each have a class saint that they can use to intercede for them. So for the freshmen, it's St. Simon Stock, and then we also enroll them in the scapular. The sophomores, St. Catherine Labouré, and we give them miraculous medal as well at their mass, because each class can have a mass. The juniors, it's St. Dominic, and they are given a rosary as well. And then the seniors, it's pretty special because when they graduate, they're given a yellow rose. And so we chose St. Dominic. And so when they go on their retreat as seniors, they give a flower back to Mary in thanksgiving of all the gifts that they've received at Bishop Dwenger. And so just really pleased. So we have these brand new statues now in the back of the Queen of All Saints Chapel that each of the kids can go actually pray to now and see them and in full living color. So it's pretty nice.
So both of you guys have probably seen some good activity in that chapel. You know, now it's large enough to host a whole grade. So are we taking advantage of that? Is that happening so far?
Oh, yes, it is. It's even today we've had there was one theology teacher, she brought her class down every hour and was showing them everything about the chapel, explaining what we have, why we have it. And even we offer Mass 3 times a week. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 3:08, everyone's invited. And then also Friday at 7:15. And we have about 30 to 40 people there. And then our kids also come in right before their lunch periods. And there's about 40 to 50 kids a lunch period. And they're praying a decade of the Rosary as well. And so the Catholicity is there and strong. And our kids are enjoying it.
Well, I think that I know that my kids, 3 of them are graduated, 2 are yet to come, and they talked about being part of that decade club, you know, going down to the chapel and praying the rosary. So unfortunately, the 3 that have graduated now are alumni, so as alumni they can participate with that. But anyhow, Jason, real quickly, you wanted to tell us briefly about a couple initiatives going on at Dwenger.
Yeah, so if those who still want to support the chapel in some way or the school, we have an alumni circle. We're selling pavers around the alumni circle where the flags are. And also we're selling pavers for families who would like to put their names around. Right there we have a beautiful sidewalk there right in the chapel garden. And the pavers go from anywhere between $100 and $350. Again, you can put your alumni names on there, your family name, whatever it is, and it's down there forever. All right, so they can be part of the landscape.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, a good way to leave a legacy and be part of a legacy at Bishop Dwenger. You know, once a saint, always a saint. You can buy your way in, or.
That's right.
So go ahead and see our development director, Katie Burns, if you're interested in that. Guys, thank you so much for being part of the the halftime interview. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, I've been with the principal, Bishop Dwenger High School, Jason Shipley, and also the chaplain, Father Bob Garrow. So with that, back up to you guys.
All right, thanks very much, Nick, for that report, and always good to hear from those gentlemen. 28-0 is your score. The Saints on top of the Northside Legends. We're going to take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll have our first half stats, talk about the third and fourth quarters coming up, and lots more. Stick around, folks. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
With active science, just the overall objective of having better physical activity along with gaining knowledge and wisdom, it aligns with everything I stand for, with clear-eye view and having a determined belief, earned dreams and a focused vision.
So I got Grace the Magnificent here with me. So we're gonna go through a little activity. What I want you to do is try to get past me, NFL linebacker. You get past me, I'll do 10 jumping jacks. But if I tag you, then you do 10 jumping jacks, and then we'll flip it around and see if I can get past you, all right?
All right.
All right. Blue 42. Two. Count it out.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We are back to live broadcasting here from Zollner Stadium, where the Bishop Dwenger Saints hold the lead 28-0 here at the half. But right now, let's bring in Tony Lay with the first half stats. Tony, what do you have for us?
All right, guys. Well, the offense has been all Dwenger tonight. Eddie Morris is coming in. He started off slow, but he turned around throwing 5 for 8. He's got 88 yards with a 28-yard reception to Patrick Finley. He's also got an interception and a fumble. But his feet got us another 31 yards. Then Chip Clark, he's got 7 runs for 94 yards. He's also got a 25-yard reception and a 15-yard TD reception. Patrick Finley's got 2 receptions, both 28 yards, one of them good for a touchdown. TJ Tippmann punches the first touchdown in, 2-yard run. And then Hayden Ellinger, the big 36-yard run up the middle for a touchdown. Over on the north side of things, there's not a lot to talk about, unfortunately. To Dwenger's defensive credit here, Ronald Collins getting beat up pretty good. He's got 8 attempts with 3 completions for a total of 33 yards. Armstrong, again, 16 yards, and Hayden Jones, 13 yards, both in receptions. Only a total of 40 offensive yards for the north side.
Wow. All righty. Tony, thanks very much for that recap of the first half numbers. And what we're going to do is take a little 30-second break right now. I think when we come back from this 30-second break, we'll have the godfather of football, Coach Dave X, on the line to give us a report about how the Bishop Lures Knights are doing tonight. So stick around, folks. We got the godfather coming up after this break. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio 106.3 FM.
See Catholic TV and radio come to life during our EWTN Shrine and Grotto Odyssey this spring. Be a part of the EWTN live studio audience with Father Mitch Pacwa. Take time for reflection and prayer on this Odyssey. Seats are limited. Reserve yours today. Download the registration form at RedeemerRadio.com. That's Redeemer Radio Odysseys at RedeemerRadio.com.
We are back to live action here from Zollner Stadium as we are getting ready to wrap up our halftime presentation. And again, we talked to you at the beginning of the broadcast about some technical difficulties back at the station. We may or may not be having those right now. We're trying to connect with Dave X, see if he can give us a live report from the Bishop Lures game, but it might prove difficult at this point. So at this point, Joe, as the Poinsett gals are trying to work their magic back at the station.
You want me to talk?
I want you to talk. That's exactly right.
Okay, all right.
That's what you're getting paid to do.
All right, let's dig a little deeper into some of these stats. Saints on third down are 2 out of 5. Penalties, 3 penalties in the first half for Bishop Dwenger for 25 yards. Fourth down tries for the Saints. They were 1 out of 3. And, of course, 2 turnovers, an interception and a fumble, both by Eddie Morris. Looking at Northside, 1 out of 7 on third down tries, and that 1 third down conversion came via penalty. Penalties for Northside, 3 penalties for 25 yards. Pretty clean game for both of these teams. No attempts on fourth down and no turnovers. I think that what jumped out the most from Northside, the biggest struggle they had was with their punting team. I mean,
right.
I've never really seen anything like it.
Yeah.
And you got to hope it's going to get better in the second half.
Well, you'd think so. When you punt from the running back position,
right,
you have to kick the ball straight up in the air. You've got no room to let it plane out.
Because the first one went into the up back.
Yeah. So as long as Dwenger gets that big push up front and is knocking that offensive line backwards, they're not going to get anything in positive yards or lucky to on that punt. But maybe it's a long snapper issue.
Could be.
Who knows? Yeah.
Well, I tell you what,
right.
too, I was pretty critical in tailgate talk and even in our open tonight about Dwenger's defense last week, giving up so many yards to Wayne.
Yeah.
Listen, they've taken notice.
Yes.
This week because only 40 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
For Northside.
Probably because of what you said.
I got to believe that had a lot to do with it.
Mark Watts, what do you have?
Well, if I'm seeing this right, isn't the up back to the right of the right-footed punter?
Yes, he
I
is.
mean, at least put him on the left side of the punter so he can extend his foot.
Right.
So this just doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why they're doing it, but at least move the up back to the other side so the right-handed punter can at least extend his leg.
Sure.
Mark, what are your thoughts on the first half down there?
Well, I think the time of possession in the second quarter was key for Dwenger. Northside played really good defense there early and then kind of ran out of gas, and Dwenger had some good plays against it.
All right, so it looks like we've got an opportunity to speak with Dave X. Coach, are you with us on the line?
Sure.
Oh, boy, there he is. What do you got for us?
Well, hey, I'll tell you, what a ball game we got out here. I certainly can see what Joe was talking about the Wayne Generals. They've got a lot of strong players, big players, and they got a number 2 of their own, too. But it's all Knights here tonight. I mean, the Knights are really controlling the game. Great game calling by Coach Lindsay. Play selection. It was 7-0 with 1:31 to go, and the Knights intercepted it and found a way to get it in the end zone. Now it's 14-0 Knights at halftime.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much. We'll see you after the game, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
All right, Dave X.
Godfather.
You bet. All right, Dave X checking in live from the Lures game as they are taking on the Wayne Generals. While we've got time, we're going to check in with Nick Gray, who's got some scores and updates from around the area for the halftime update. Nick, what do you have for us, sir?
Well, I tell you what, guys, Snyder is really sticking it to Carroll. They're up 42-0 at the half.
Wow.
Concordia's starting to come alive, though. They were losing 14-0 to Homestead. Right now at halftime it's 21-13.
Who's up?
Homestead.
Ooh.
Thank you.
I picked Homestead.
I did not.
Yeah. Northrop's playing out at Southside this evening, not too far away from Lewis Field, and Northrop's beating Southside currently 20-8. Angola traveled over to Leo, and Leo's leading them 29-14. DeKalb's at Garrett. DeKalb's winning that matchup 19-14. New Haven's at Mississinawa, and right now Mississinawa's leading the Bulldogs 16-12.
What?
Yeah, yeah. It's true.
Wow.
Twitter says it's true.
Okay.
If Twitter says it.
Since we don't have good anymore. Anyhow, Woodland's beating Prairie Heights 41-0, so that one's pretty much over. But anyhow, that's what I got.
How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Beautiful baby, you're sweeter than strawberry pie. Just like the morning, your smile brings the sunshine.
The Parkview Family Birthing Centers, with everything you need for baby, plus birth planners, expert physicians, midwives, and more for you.
I'm a Parkview mom.
You can be too. Learn more at parkviewmom.com.
Officiating tonight has been, I would say, relatively clean, Joe. Not really any Any issues there?
Yeah, I agree. Three penalties for each team in the first half, so the referees are really just kind of doing their job and not the focus here.
Right.
And the Saints, I expect to see a lot more run. They're going to keep it on the ground. They're going to keep the clock running, but really want to work on the running game. I mean, Southside's next week, and then the schedule starts to get tough with Homestead and da-da-da-da-da.
Yep.
I mean, use these first 3 games. These are not the toughest opponents in the SAC, these first 3.
Yeah.
You go Wayne, Northside, Southside. So work on what you need to work on. Get ready.
Mark Watts, before kickoff, what do you have?
I talked to Jason Garrett, the offensive coordinator, at halftime, and he said that same thing, Joe, that they're going to concentrate on the run, and hopefully they get some younger kids in here later on.
He's a smart former offensive lineman.
There you go. There's not too many around. Let's.
That's nice.
All right, so we are ready to go. Young Mr. Garrett getting ready to kick this one off from the 40-yard line, working off the left hash mark. Deep kick that time, taken at the 12-yard line. That's Lockett going through the middle, going to the other side of the field, looking for a seam. Has a nice return brewing here before he's taken down near the 33-yard line.
T.J. Tittman on the stop.
So the Legends will have good field position here to start the second half. Again, they are led by Ronald Collins, the freshman quarterback, number 3. On the field with a single setback behind him is Hayden Jones, the senior offensive leader on the field. Going to have a trips package to the right side, 1 wide left. From the shotgun, here's Collins. And he gives it to Jones around the left side. He's got the edge. He's got the first down and more. Gets to the 50, the 45, and he is dragged down in Bishop Dwenger territory near the 43-yard line.
Wow, they made an adjustment at halftime and got around that edge. You don't see that a lot at Bishop Dwenger. Usually the defensive ends at Bishop Dwenger are well coached, and that time Will Kohler got hooked.
1st and 10. They mark him at the 45-yard line of Bishop Dwenger. Legends moving left to right on your radio dial. Again, single setback. And again, give to Jones, looking for some off-tackle room around the right side. Breaks it back left and gets nowhere. That's going to be a tackle for loss. And it looks like a loss of 2, bringing up a 2nd and 12. This is third quarter action. 28-0 is your score. Saints on top. And moments of brightness for the Northside Legend offense, but unfortunately for them, too few and too far between. Here they are on 2nd and 12. Play action. He's got pressure, and he's hitting the backfield. Gets out of one, cannot get out of another, and that's going to be a sack.
Looks like Will Bloom, the senior linebacker, finally corrals Collins for a big sack, bringing up a 3rd and long.
Yeah. Mark Watts, what do you have for us?
You guys just saw what a freshman quarterback, that's the problem, okay?
Right.
He doesn't know when to get rid of it. He doesn't know when just to stop dancing and just take what you can. He went kind of backwards, and he'll get better, but that's the freshman mistake right there.
On 3rd and 16, here's Northside rolling to the right, looking to throw. Going deep is Collins, man coverage, and incomplete, thrown short that time. He was looking for Franklin, the sophomore receiver.
T.J. Tittman in coverage. Tommy Steele back to see if he can return a punt here.
Remember, folks, next week we are back with the Bishop Luers Knights in a critical early season matchup here as they take on Homestead. Tailgate talk at 6 p.m., followed with the game of the week right at 7. On 4th and long, here is the kick. He just gets it away. Jones does, and this one is nice. Gets
nice
down
punt.
Inside the 20, down to about the 18-yard line. Scratch that 14-yard line of the Bishop Dwenger Saints. So the Saints will have a lot of field to cover here, especially if they're going to be focusing on the run game. But we've seen it before, Joe, that they've been successful with it.
Absolutely. And you always want your team to come out, Sean, after halftime.
Yeah.
And have something positive happen. Defense came out and did their job, okay? Now the offense has to get the ball, march down the field, put some points on the board. That's what Coach Schwarzkopf wants to see out of his offensive unit right now.
1st and 10 for the Saints, led by Morris. He's under center with a single setback. Twins right and left. Man in motion now across the line of scrimmage, and they give it to him. Jet sweep this time, cutting it back up through the middle. is number 21, Tommy Steele, on the carry. Nice gainer of about 7 that time.
I tell you what, Tommy Steele is very dangerous. We talked to that young man in tailgate talk in our pregame, and he is lightning fast, guys. He had almost had an opening there. If he got through, he had a great chance to take it to the house.
So that brings up a 2nd and short for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Ball resting at their own 21-yard line now. Going to be a trips package to the right side. Wing left and wide out left. Now Clark is in motion. They come through the middle, give it to him, breaks it back out to the left side. Breaks contained to the 30. Got a blocker, 35, and gets out near the 40-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds.
You know, credit right there, not only Chip Clark for making the first defender miss, which he did. Great job, young man. But, you know, downfield, Patrick Finley, the sophomore, guys, the sophomore is working at his block. He's blocking to the whistle. For a sophomore, he's doing a heck of a job.
And it looks like we've got a legend down on the field near the 40-yard line as the trainers come across the field. They're going to mark the ball at the 39, which will be enough for a Saints first down. Trainers and coaches now coming across the field. This is where the play ended on this close side, so we can't get a number as the Saints sideline is in the way of the player down on the field. So we're going to go ahead and take a little 30-second break as they attend to the north side player here. The score 28-0 with 9:32 to go in the third quarter. Stick around, folks. Back with more action after this 30-second break. This is SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
What you do for work matters. Finding the right job can be a challenge unless you have the help of a local job search partner that has strong relationships with area employers. We are Spherion Staffing, built on helping talented individuals find rewarding office, call center, light industrial, and professional opportunities. With Spherion, you'll have the immediate interest of top employers who trust their workforce needs to us. Discover the Spherion difference. Call us at 496-9900 or online at spherion.com.
We are back to live action here at Zollner Stadium while the trainers are attending to a Northside legend who is now up and making his way across the field. That's Brandon Williams, and Brandon is a sophomore cornerback, and he is walking way all under his own power, getting some love from his teammates, and hopefully he will be back a little bit later. But right now the Bishop Dwenger Saints off of that run by Chip Clark, enjoying a 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Third quarter action, 28-0 with 9:32 remaining in the third quarter. Saints break huddle, run up to the line of scrimmage. Twins right and left with a single setback. Morris under center this time. Man in motion across the line of scrimmage. Here's a snap. That's Steele out of the backfield looking to throw on first down, going deep. He's got a man separation, just overthrown that time, and incomplete. So Finley on the streak pattern.
That was close, Mark. You were right there. Was that a catchable ball?
It was definitely a catchable ball. He's got to have that one. It was right on the money, right in the hands.
Okay. Wow. Patrick Finley, we're going to see a lot of him.
So an incomplete pass brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Saints from their own 39-yard line. Again, great play call that time by the Saints, throwing on first down, keeping the north side defense honest. 4 down linemen for the Northside Legends. And here they come on 2nd and 10. Shovel pass through the middle. Timmons got it, and he's running north and south. Gets close to a first down. I think he's going to be just shy.
Great block there by Mitchell Campbell. He was the pulling guard. He made a great block. He gave the back room, and he blocked till the whistle. I like to see that out of them big fellas up front.
TJ Tippmann with a gain of 9 that time brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Saints. Empty backfield, 5 wide outs. And Morris looks to throw, has a pocket. Now he's got pressure. He goes down, and it's sack time for the Northside Legends. Wow. Big time number 33. That's Lawrence Davis on the sack. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 2 for the Saints. And the punt team is on. Garrett standing next by his own 32-yard line. Will launch it from about the 34. 2 men back deep for the Legends, including Ethan Williams and Jalen Lockett back there as well. And now we've got a whistle blowing. Timeout called by Northside. So on 4th and, we'll call it 4th and 3, the Saints are in punt formation, but the Northside Legends want to talk about things. Joe, you've got some excitement coming up here shortly out at St. Louis Bezanson, right?
St. Louis Bezanson out there in New Haven. I tell you what, you talk about fun. This is the Fall Fest, Sean.
That sounds like fun.
Fall Fest. Listen,
wow.
This is a fundraiser for sports, youth ministry. There's going to be a live band, Hubie Ashcraft Band.
I've heard of them.
These guys are fantastic.
That's,
The guys and gals are
good
fantastic.
Stuff, yeah.
I mean, you want to come out and see some live entertainment. This is on September 30th from 7 to 11. It's $30 a ticket. Okay? That's going to get you some food from Billy's in Zulu.
Oh, that's exciting.
It's going to get you
there.
a beverage.
That'll get Godfather out there.
Oh,
right there.
the Godfather's going to be there signing 10x10 glossies.
Yes.
So his whole well, anyway.
Stop. Just stop.
Just stop. Listen, if you want tickets to come out to St. Louis Bezanson and listen to the Hubie Ashcraft Band and have a great time and have an opportunity to win some prizes and just enjoy the heck out of the night, September 30th, call 748-5185. 748-5185.
On 4th and short, the Saints offense is now on the field, and here is a stuff. They tried to go for it on 4th, and they were denied. Looks like 42 shot the gap, and he stopped Clark in his tracks.
Yeah, Quincy Moore.
And Moore makes a huge stop, and Northside now getting a little Momo here with a big stop on 4th and short.
Quincy Moore shot in. Alec Watercutter tried to get the block, and Quincy Moore was too quick, and he got past him and got to Clark.
1st and 10 for the Legends in Dwenger territory. Collins in the shotgun. Jones behind him. Give to Jones, right side, looking for some room, and he won't find it. He's going to get stuffed near the 48-yard line.
Looks like Joe Tittman playing some defense now on the stop.
And they're going to mark this up, and it's going to be gain of 0. Maybe even a loss of a foot or so. 2nd and long now for the Legends near the midfield stripe at the Dwenger 48. Twins right and left. Single setback. Again, the play action screen to the left side. It is caught, trying to get the playmaker out in space. It is successful. Not enough for a first down, but a nice job by the Legends offense to Armstrong, who gets about 7.
Looking over at the north side bench, the team is clapping when the positives are happening. The helmets are on. They're engaged in this ball game. These are the little things, Sean, you like to see from a team that's trying to rebuild something.
That's what you can build on.
Right.
So 3rd and a long 3 now for the Legends from the Saints 42, and now we've got a flag on the play. And it looks like we've got a procedure penalty. It looks like we had a man line up off sides on the Legends. And that's going to move him back 5. So, yeah, attitude is important, but execution is just as important. And that's a mental mistake right there that is going to cost them, bringing up a 3rd and long now. 3rd and 9 instead of 3rd and 4. Here they are, rolling to the right on 3rd and line. He decides to tuck it. He's looking for some room. Backside pressure, and he goes down. Down at the line of scrimmage goes Collins.
Will Kolar on the stop from his defensive end position.
And
just nobody open.
Nobody
Coverage
open.
sack right there.
Yep. Going to bring up a 4th and 8 for the Legends from the 45-yard line. As the Legends look over to the sidelines, looking for the play. Again, they've got plenty of time on the play clock here. Trying to keep that Saints offense off the field as long as they can. And let's see what they do here. Looks like they might go for it here on 4th and long. And they do. Here's a quick pass to the flats. He threw it to the left, and the receiver went right. So it falls to the ground, an incomplete pass, and the Saints will get it on offense with a turnover on downs. So the quick throw to the flats was incomplete, and now the Saints have it back on offense with 6:02 to go here in the third quarter. Saints up 28-0 against the Legends.
Just got an update that Snyder's up on Carroll now, 56-0. Remember, those two coaches, Coach Tippmann, Coach Diden, coached together at Snyder.
I think you're right, yeah. That's right. Goes back a few years.
It does.
But, yeah. 1st and 10 for the Saints. Morris under center. Single setback and a man in motion is Clark. And give right up the gut. Power football that time by the Saints. I think that might be Finley on the carry. See if we can grab a number. Ellinger, 41. So Ellinger pushes his way forward for about 4 for the Saints. Hayden Ellinger wearing number 41. Patrick Finley wearing number 49. Both sophomores out of St. Charles. Brings up a 2nd and 6 for the Saints. New formation this time, split backs. From the shotgun is Morris. Wide out left and right. Man in motion across the line of scrimmage coming left. And here's a quick give to Tippmann around the right edge. Still on his feet, gaining 2, maybe 3 across the midfield stripe.
Oh, a late flag.
A late flag comes in right at the scrum.
You know, watching T.J. Tippmann run, he reminds me of another Tippmann that ran here a few years back, Tyler Tippmann.
Right.
He runs low to the ground, low pad level, forward lean, and
gets skinny at the line of scrimmage.
He does, and he just finds a way to pick up 4 yards every time.
Right.
Unsportsmanlike against the legend, Sean, is the call.
Yeah. So from frustrations there, Mark, what do you have for us?
Well, I was thinking about running the offense here, and you're kind of between a rock and a hard place. You'd like to have your quarterback do some things game night to get adjusted, but then you don't want to show too much. So you're kind of being very vanilla right now, and it's just kind of a catch-22. You'd like to have your new quarterback do some things, but you just don't want to show it.
1st and 10 after the penalty for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Deeper into Northside territory. Blitz shown. They look to throw on 1st down. Has plenty of time. Throws to the right. It is caught near the 20. He's down to the 10. Breaks the tackle. Gets inside the 10 down to the 4-yard line. And I believe that was number 89. Will Nelson on the catch. Nice yardage after the catch by Will Nelson.
Made the defender miss. Started downfield. Waited for a blocker. Did a nice job. Will Nelson, well done, number 89.
1st and goal for the Saints from the north side 3-yard line now. They're back in the huddle. And here they come. It looks like an I formation. Ellinger as the fullback. Clark as the tailback. Morris under center. Here's a snap. Clark left side middle. Big push. Does he get in? It's going to be close.
Not in.
Not in. They're going to mark him at the 6-inch line. Clock continues to roll here at 4 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. No huddle offense for the Saints. They come right back to it. Single setback now. Twins right and left. Morris tries to run it around the right side. Gets hit. Touchdown.
There it is.
He falls in a late call, but he is in. Eddie Morris with a 1-yard touchdown run for the quarterback for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. We will clock that one at 4:02 to go here in the third quarter. Garrett, number 24, in for the point after attempt. The kick is up, and it is good. 35-0 is now your score. Saints all night from Zollner Stadium here during their home opener against the Northside Legends. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Make a difference in your life and others by joining. Every great team has focus and talent, and at Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. From performance training and nutrition counseling to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more, Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together today's top experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of athletes like you. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn how we can help you and the athletes in your life be your best. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
Back to live action here where the Bishop Dwenger Saints have now scored again off of the 1-yard Eddie Morris touchdown. Quarterback keeper on the right side. 4:02 remaining in the third quarter, and your score 35-0, all Saints. Just to remember, folks, that Hubcap Express is the expert in run flat tires and plus-size fitment. If you need your rims straightened, Hubcap Express fixes bent wheels. For all of your tire needs, visit Hubcap Express. Located at 606 West Coliseum Boulevard and on the web at hubcapexpress.com. Here's Garrett's kick. End-over-end kick, flowing through the middle, taken near the 15-yard line. That's Lockett breaking it out to the right side, still on his feet, trying to find his way through the middle again. And he is going to be tackled by about 8 Saints near the 29-yard line.
What do you do now, Sean, if you're Northside?
Well, you keep giving your quarterback reps. That's
Yeah.
what you do. You get him that game time experience, and you let him learn as best he possibly can.
And roll him out.
Yeah, and Mark said off the air right there, roll him out and try and get him some space. All right, so new formation this time as we've got a different single setback behind him. Here's a snap, play action. Little screen out to the left side. It is caught, finding the edge and getting downfield a little bit for the Northside Legends is R.J. Armstrong.
Isaac King is checked into the ball game at linebacker for Bishop Dwenger.
And it looks like Kenneth Ware, another freshman, number 22 in the backfield for the Northside Legends. In the slot is number 15, Hayden Jones, slot right.
Ware was actually the leading rusher last week, a freshman for Northside. He had 57 yards last week against Snyder.
On 2nd and 3, here's a fly pattern left side, thrown incomplete that time. No chance to get that one is Armstrong. Well overthrown by 5 or 6 yards. That burns it down and brings up 3rd and 4 for the Legends. Again, ball resting at their own 36-yard line. 3 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. 35-0 is your score, Saints. On 3rd down and 4, here's a give through the middle, and it looks like he's going to be close to a first down. It depends on the spot. And they do wave the chains. So a 4.5-yard gain that time by number 22 for the Northside Legends, Kenneth Ware. 1st and 10, just north of the 40. Barking out the signal is Ronald Collins, the third, the freshman quarterback. From the shotgun. Twins right and left. Play action, steps up into the pocket, decides to run. He's hogtied and goes down.
Will Kolar again. He's having a heck of a night.
Just not able to escape that pressure, and that's going to be a 1-yard loss. Back just inside the 40-yard line.
Under 3 minutes to go here, Sean, in the third.
There's 12 more in the fourth, Joe.
You got that right.
2nd and 11 for Northside. Same formation now. Here's a snap, fake, play action, screen to the right side. It is caught, hit immediately. Beautiful open field tackle by Tipman. Hayden Jones, the playmaker that time, had the ball turn and was looking to make that cut. And Tipman said, no, sir. Took his legs right out underneath him.
Tipman brings it. Yeah.
So another loss on the play, back to the 38-yard line. 3rd and a long 12 for the Legends. I had a question for Godfather. I didn't know if they put the night back on the helmet. Needed to find out about that. Here it is on 3rd and long. He's in trouble, and he goes down immediately. Big pressure that time by the Saints defense, and he is going to be dropped back at the 31-yard line. So a 7-yard sack by the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
Looks like Bloom and Brady back there.
Okay. And here come the, let's see, Ware is still behind the quarterback here. So the offense, and now here comes Jones to be the setback in the running back position. So it looks like Jones will probably kick this one away. High snap, but he does get the kick away. Wobbly ball right to TJ Steele at the 39. He's at the 45, he's at the 50. And gets knocked out of bounds in Northside territory near the 45-yard line.
Godfather just texted, said, yes, the Knights did put the Knight back on the helmet.
Love it.
They heard us talking about it and you complaining about it. And
no, they heard Godfather complaining about it. Is what they did. Can't have it. Here come the Saints on offense. Already in Northside territory. They're going to mark this at the 46-yard line of Northside. And a quarterback change here for the Bishop Dwenger Saints as number 10, Patrick O'Keefe, comes in.
The sophomore.
He is a sophomore quarterback, checking in at 5'11", 170. He's in the shotgun with split backs. Two wideouts on the left side. Here's a quick give through the middle. Not much there for the running back.
That's Schwarzkopf, the running back.
That's a new number for us. He will take it to the 45, just inside the 45-yard line. Gate of 1.5, maybe 2.
Any relation?
Grandson.
That is Coach Schwarzkopf's grandson, Jacob Schwarzkopf. He's a senior this year.
So on 2nd and long, here comes O'Keefe. Single setback. Twins right and left, working off the left hash mark. Looks over the defense. Here's a snap, a little low. Fires it out to the left side, off the mark, and incomplete. He was going for number 14, Connor Chrisman, another sophomore receiver there. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Saints. They stop the clock with 33.3 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. And it looks like Lucas Crone, number 38, is checking in. Sophomore running back. As number 26, Peyton Davis, checking out for the Saints.
Run the ball.
Under center this time is O'Keefe. Man in motion across the line of scrimmage, going to the right side. Give through the middle. Stuck at the line of scrimmage. Just a little bit of yardage there. Gets down to about the 43-yard line. Is Crone. And that's going to bring up a 4th and long, and Garrett in to punt this one away for the Saints.
Sean, these are valuable downs for these backups. Okay?
Darn right.
Any snaps you can get under Friday Night Lights is valuable playing time.
Will they get the kickoff is the question, and it looks like they will not. That's going to do it for the 4th quarter action, or 3rd quarter, ladies and gentlemen.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. After this 1-minute break, Dwenger will be in to punt the ball away to start the 4th quarter. 35-0, all Saints all night long, live from Zollner Stadium. Stick around, folks. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Hi, sports fans. Sean McBride here, inviting you to try the Barbershop experience. St. Joe Center Barbershop, located at the corner of St. Joe Center and Maplecrest, prides itself on professionalism, cleanliness, and a family-friendly atmosphere. In their 3rd generation of family ownership, they have a combined experience of over 125 years. Give them a call at 485-6981. It's my barbershop of choice. That's St. Joe Center Barbershop at 485-6981.
Do you own a phone or computer? That's all it takes to bank with Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. Make deposits, check balances, transfer funds, all while sitting in your minivan waiting for practice to end. Or if you prefer to come in person, you'll have access to more than 30 shared branches and 50 surcharge-free ATMs in the greater Fort Wayne area. By listening to Redeemer Radio, you already share our values. Join us and let us help you make life easier. Notre Dame Federal Credit Union, 844-230-6611 or ndelevate.com. Federally insured by NCUA.
We are back to live action, ladies and gentlemen, to start the 4th quarter. The Saints prepare to kick this one away. Garrett back in punt formation. Great snap. Gets a boot into it. High end-over-end kick. and no return that time for Northside, and it looks like they're going to be able to pin them deep to start the fourth quarter.
Great kick.
Inside the 5-yard line, and here comes Northside on offense. Let's check in with Nick Gray while we have some time from the stands. Oh.
They're leading 56-0. As a matter of fact, Carroll has not been shut out since September of 2008.
Wow.
And Mike Kelly just told me that was against East Noble. Homestead's beaten Concordia 35-13. Northrop's up on Southside 20-8. Leo leads Angola 29-14. DeKalb Garrett, that seems to be a pretty good game. DeKalb's winning, or Garrett's winning now 21-19. So that's where we're at right now. And let me know when you want to start talking to some fans about the new experience.
Okay, well, we'll do that here in moments, Nick. From that first play, it looked like the swarming Dwenger defense had Northside for a sack, but they gave them positive yards, and now from the 4 they lost yardage, went back 3, and now they are on their own goal line.
Very close to a safety there.
Yes, with 2nd and 13 to go here. Very close to a safety. Here's a snap, quick give. Jones trying to get it. There it is, right there. There's a safety. Big swarming defense by Bishop Dwenger marks up 2 additional points for the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
Wow, Will Kolar on that safety. Sean, did you know that the blue whale can produce sounds up to 188 decibels?
I did not know that, Joe.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a fun fact, huh?
It's the loudest sound produced by a living animal and has been detected as far away as 530 miles.
Wow. That's fascinating.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Speaking of fascinating, we're going to head it down to the side, the stands here, where Nick Gray has some VIPs talking about the new experience. Nick, take it away.
Well, yeah, as you guys have talked about all night, this is a historic event here. Sitting on the other sidelines, the sidelines with the press box, I'm with John Thaler, longtime supporter of Redeemer Radio, also alumni of Bishop Dwenger. John, what do you think of the new setting here tonight?
I love the new setting. There's a number of things in its favor. The sun was at our back. You didn't have to pull a hat down over your eyes until the third quarter, like before. I talked to Mike Kelly earlier, and he thought the aluminum was a little softer on this side of the field. The sound system is much better over here. Overall, I think it's a very positive move.
Good. I think, guys, I've been talking to quite a few people, and the consensus is this is good. The atmosphere is great here tonight. The stands are packed. The student section is really alive. A lot of alumni here, a lot of class of 87 out in the stands. So that's good to see. So anyhow, we'll continue celebrating here, and let me know if you want me to dig someone else up.
We could probably find more than a few more fans down there, Nick. It's great to hear that this change has been received very positively, Joe, from the fan base here at Bishop Dwenger.
Yeah, and again, I think those that were naysayers, Sean, I think by midway through the season they're going to be on board as well.
Well, yeah, and you got to come out, you got to experience it. You know, that's the great thing about high school football. Much better being out here in the stands among your friends to see the action live. So here is Northside getting ready to kick this one away after the safety. The score now 37-0. And Northside with the kick from the turf, and it takes a high hop over the receiver. This time it's caught by Steele, looking for some room, getting the push, and he's going to be dropped back at about his own 35-yard line. So Steele with a not too much of a return that way, but it was safe, and they kept a hold of the ball.
I don't think Steele has any receiving yards. Do we have him with anything tonight, Tony? Last week, remember, averaged 36 yards a catch, 3 catches, 109 yards. And the Northside Legends have done a nice job knowing where Tommy Steele is tonight.
Shutting him down tonight. So 10:59 to go in the contest. 37-0 is your score. Bishop Dwenger on top. And the clean jerseys are in right now for Bishop Dwenger, and they try the interior line again. And again, not too much there for Schwarzkopf on the carry. Remember, folks, we've got a whale of a game next week. Be sure and tune in at 6 o'clock for Tailgate Talk
followed by our game of the week as Lures travels out southwest to take on Homestead at home.
It'll be a great game.
A great game, beautiful facility, and the hospitality out at Homestead is fantastic. So very much looking forward to that game. Lots of time left here in this contest, though, as the clock continues to tick down, as Patrick O'Keefe is the quarterback now, with Schwarzkopf in motion behind him. Here's a quick give. Oh, it's blown up at the mesh point, and down goes Schwarzkopf big time.
Down goes Schwarzkopf. He disappeared.
Yeah. Who was that masked man?
There was nothing but 350 pounds in a white jersey laying on top of him.
Good heavens. If I'm reading this correctly, I think that was Alt, the defensive tackle, 6'3", 250 coming in. I think that's he might be a little light on the tally sheet.
250.
Yeah, maybe 3. Well, folks, just a reminder that the St. Felix Catholic Center in Huntington, Indiana, offers one-day and overnight retreats with over 70 rooms. Be sure to visit Our Lady in her grotto and walk the 30 scenic acres. St. Felix is the former home of Blessed Solanus Casey. You can visit their website at sfcatholiccenter.com to schedule your next meeting or retreat. Huge pass play that time by Bishop Dwenger, moving the chains and getting deep into Northside territory.
Alex Fosnaugh, the sophomore, 6'1", 150, catches a ball thrown by Patrick O'Keefe. We watched Patrick O'Keefe in the scrimmage struggle throwing the deep ball.
Right.
I think that was just some nerves, first varsity experience, because that one was a tight spiral downfield. Yeah.
1st and 10 for the Saints. I formation going left. And the nice gainer that time by number 34. That's Jack Hartzog, the sophomore, on a nice carry of 6, maybe 7 yards.
And the fans here are still cheering. They love to see some of these guys getting in. A lot of new names getting called here tonight, Sean. A lot of fresh, clean gold helmets out there.
You bet. And now we've got a timeout on the field. And let's see who that is attributed to. Northside. So Northside calls a timeout as Dwenger faces a 2nd and 5 coming up after this 30-second break. Stick around, folks. This is SAC football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
A clean office space. Okay, that's an easy choice, and choosing the right company to clean your business is easy too. Sioka's Professional Cleaning is the choice of a lot of Fort Wayne companies because of the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Sioka's does it with built-in check systems to make sure your business is cleaned beyond your expectations every time. First impressions are critical, so make sure yours is always the best with professional cleaning from Sioka's. The best people, the best service. 483-2112 or online at siokas.com.
Folks, ladies and gentlemen, H&L Electric is your full-service electrical contractor. From commercial and industrial to residential, H&L Electric can handle the smallest to the largest of projects for your business or residence. Call Pete Henry at H&L Electric for all your electrical needs. On 2nd and 5, O'Keefe under center with an I formation behind him. Oh, we've got movement, and that one is coming back. And it looks like Mark Watts has a gathering of cheerleaders around him. It looks like all those young ladies want to be on the radio and talk about this new experience on this side of the field. Mark, what do you have for us?
Okay, ladies, what do you think about being on this side of the sideline?
Oh, it's a really different view. I love it. It's really cool because you feel like you're like actually like kind of like in the game and like interacting with all the boys and everything. It's pretty cool. I love it. The sun's not in my eyes. Agree. I love it.
That's all. Someone's got to have something else.
It's really fun.
Okay, all right.
It's
Back
fun.
to you guys.
It's fun.
All
They're
right.
cheerleaders. It's fun.
All right, great stuff, Mark. All righty.
I think everything's fun when you're a cheerleader.
Hey, it should be. That's right. That's right. That's their business, right?
They're in the fun business.
Yeah. Let's check in with Nick Gray. Nick, what do you have for us?
Well, I'm down here with another Dwenger parent, Lisa Krull, whose daughter just graduated last year, right? Freshman at Purdue. Anyhow, Lisa, what do you think about sitting on this side of the field versus that side?
Well, the only other side I know is that side, so it's a little bit different, but the sound system's a lot better, and being a former parent of a dance team member, I think it will be great when the dance team's out here and they can hear the music. It's a good setup.
So obviously tonight it's been a lot of fun because the Saints have played really well.
They played awesome.
And then also your son down on the sideline helping out with the team, being one of the team managers. So we'll have to ask him how he feels. How do you feel about having him down there?
I love it. The coaching staff is awesome to embrace the managers like they do, and they do a lot of hard work just like the team members do. And it's great for him to be a part of the school and be a Saint in action.
Well, I think that's awful neat because that's the Bishop Dwenger spirit, involve people at all levels, and so we're all one family. So I appreciate you taking time to visit with us this evening, so thanks.
Thank you. Go Saints.
All right. Looking back at the field right now, the Saints are facing a 3rd and long situation. Option left side. Ball is on the ground, and it looks like Northside may have recovered this. And again, they tried the pitch, and it was not successful. Ball hit the ground, and Northside recovers with 7:36 to go here in the contest. Bishop Dwenger 37, Northside 0.
Yeah, the pitch position there was not good. The quarterback looked maybe a little deep, or maybe the running back was a little shallow.
Right.
But they were just too close to each other.
So the turnover for the Saints here late in the game, and now some more clean jerseys on defense.
I'm going to dust my glasses off and get ready to go here.
Call some of these kids' names,
got it.
Joe. All right, here it is. It's a little
double pass.
flea flicker as Jones looks downfield. He doesn't have anybody running for his life. Hit out of bounds, and no flag on the play. And now here comes some Northside legends to try and pick up their teammate to try and get through the line of scrimmage.
38 on the stop. That's Lucas Crone, sophomore, 200-pound sophomore on the stop.
All right. So Jones gets some positive yards on that end around. He was looking downfield, nothing there, but he turned it into a gain of 2. Brings up a 2nd and 8 for the Legends. They stopped the clock with 7:29 to go in the contest. 37-0 is the score. We talked about the Bishop Luers Knights as they take on Homestead next week. The Dwenger Saints are going to be out south to take on the Southside Archers.
They are. Southside's had struggles of recent years, Sean. Roosevelt Norfleet out there, the head coach. And so the Saints, you have to believe, are going to be in pretty good shape next week as well. But sometimes in games like this late and games like those next week, you just want to make sure you stay healthy and get out of it. Sean, your water bottle just fell into the stands.
Uh-oh.
You probably hit somebody.
Well, I'm very sorry about that. It was empty, if that helps.
Okay, that makes me feel better. I just saw it.
I didn't notice. Here is a quick screen pass to the right side. It is caught by the receiver, and he gets a few yards after the catch. And he's going to be dropped across the midfield stripe into Dwenger territory near the 48-yard line.
Looks like 87 on the stop there, Sean. That is Nick Sioka making a play now on defense. Remember, Nick Sioka was the pass was intended for Nick on that fake field goal try early.
Just a little too high that time. But this one results in a 4th and 5 now for the Legends. And it looks like Jones is back in that running back position, and they will kick this one away. He does get it away. Nice, tight ball that time. Taken near the 15, running around the right side at the hash mark, getting some positive yards out to the 40, and dropped around the 43-yard line is number 48 that time, Burrill. Gardner Burrill on the return for the Saints.
Okay, here we go.
6 minutes to go in this contest. 37-0 is your score. Saints on top, and the clean jerseys are in for the Saints. Remember, folks, sorry about that, Joe, that you can catch Northeast Indiana's first pregame show, Tailgate Talk, Friday nights at 6 p.m. on 106.3 FM, or on your drive to the game, online at RedeemerRadio.com, or you can go on the go with the Redeemer Radio app.
I haven't heard in a while the Concordia Homestead score, so I'm going to ask Nick to effort on that.
Well, it's because he's eating popcorn with all his buds.
He's
in the
glad-handing down there. I know it.
Mm-hmm. We'll get him on the air here pretty soon. I formation for the Saints here. Give to the tailback. Left side, that Schwarzkopf, again, hits that brick wall. Not much there. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage and not much more.
It's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Saints as they keep the clock running. Oh, it was a false. Was that a procedure call? They're going to move it back 5. So penalty against the Saints here.
Saints only had 4 penalties all last week, guys, and that's their 4th penalty here tonight. So really early in the season, keeping it pretty clean.
And now they move the ball back up 5 yards. Did they wave it off? I don't know what's going on here with these guys.
I don't know either.
So we'll call it 2nd and a long 10 now for the Saints. O'Keefe, the quarterback. Man in motion. Here's the snap. Get to the tailback through the middle. Bowls his way ahead for a gain of a couple near the 45.
That's number 26, Peyton Davis.
All right.
The Northside faithful are still here, Sean.
Yeah.
None of them have really left.
The legends never say quit.
They never leave early.
Darlin's Innocent, number 97, checks out for the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Clock continues to tick down. Under 5 minutes to go here in the contest now. Saints facing a 3rd and we'll call it 8.5. From the shotgun is O'Keefe. Quarterback keeper, left side, trying to get the edge, running like a madman out there, gets the edge, gets past the midfield stripe, and now we've got flags on the play. Coming in late. They're going to mark him down at the 50. Let's see if this one's coming back is the question. Coach Brevard on the field. And it looks like this one
interesting. Sean, I got to tell you, it's just a beautiful night to kick off out here at Zollner Stadium.
Oh, my goodness.
And my wife brought all the kids out tonight.
Is that right?
Oh, Will, Dom, Josie, Susie, Lindsay, they made an appearance here tonight.
Love it.
Oh, yeah. Just a great time, family atmosphere out here at Zollner Stadium.
Supporting the Saints. So this is going to be a personal foul against the Bishop Dwenger Saints. 15 yards marked off from the spot of the foul, which apparently happened in the backfield. And they're going to put that ball all the way back at the 31-yard line. So a lot of these guys, again, maybe have one JV game under their belt so far. So, again, it's early for these pups, as Godfather calls them. So some mistakes are being made. Here's O'Keefe on a quarterback keeper through the middle. Now he runs it to the outside. Another flag comes out on the play, gets out to the 40-yard line before he's dragged out of bounds by the defender for the Northside Legends. That's Markel Long, number 20, on the stop.
Patrick O'Keefe is looked pretty good here tonight.
He's got some legs. Yeah.
And he's lowered his shoulder and stiff arm there. I mean, this kid, he's not – the lights here Friday night are not too bright for this young man.
No. So the penalty is actually declined that time. It's going to bring up a 4th and very long, 4th and about 13 for the Saints, and the punt team is on with 3:55 to go here in the contest. Garrett, number 24, in for the punt. As Isaac Bloom comes in as a blocker as well. Here's a snap. It is perfect. Gets his leg into it from about the 30. And here's the catch. And Lockett, oh my goodness, he is hit. Not the first or second time, but the third time as number 7, Jalen Lockett, takes a shot.
From Peyton Davis, the junior, 5'9", 160. That time he delivered some wood.
Lockett up and walking back to the sidelines. And they're going to mark the ball right at the 30-yard line for Northside. Again, a lot of work for the Legends to do this season. Again, they're in a tough spot. Got a brand new coach, good pedigree. You know, with Coach Brevard coming from the University of St. Francis,
and Ben Davis before that.
Yeah, and but again, not they're coming off of not a good year, 2-9 last year, and they started a freshman quarterback. So Clearly in rebuilding mode and looking toward the future are the Northside Legends.
Jared Monier on the stop there for the Saints on defense. Now, Jared he had a touchdown last week. Number 55 was playing some tailback.
Wow.
Yeah, you heard me. Tailback. That was in the hefty formation
Yes.
with Joe Tittman at fullback, Monier at tailback, and he was able to punch one in from a yard or two out.
Just for our listeners, Monier checks in 5'9", 275.
A svelte 275.
That's right. Shades of Refrigerator Perry.
Really?
Type of
that's what we're
work.
talking about right there.
Here's an incomplete screen to the right side for Northside. Brings up a 3rd and 10 and stops the clock with 2:49 to go. Starting now to see some Saints faithful making their way into the aisles and out to the parking lot. On 3rd and 10, here's Northside. And here's a quick give at the mesh point. The Dwenger Saints are there. He's hitting the backfield, breaks a tackle, and goes down. That's going to be a tackle for loss, but not as bad as it could have been. Let's check in with Mark Watts. Mark, what do you have for us?
Well, Sean, just an observation. When you play as a freshman, the game is just so fast, and you're not used to the speed of the game.
Amen.
And I think this is what you're seeing with the tailback and the quarterback right now.
Yep.
The game is just too fast for him, and it's going to get better, but he's just not used to the speed.
Yep.
Back to you guys.
Here is the kick, and it is he gets it away, but it is blocked. Great return by Bishop Dwenger this time, making his way back to the line of scrimmage. Wow.
Isaac King on the return.
Looks to be about 30-plus yards on the return that time, and he sets the offense up very well, very close to the Northside 30-yard line with just over 2 minutes to go. 37-0 is your score. Bishop Dwenger has owned this contest from the second quarter on. And it looks like we've got another quarterback in now for the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
John Smelsley checks in, number 13. Of course, his dad was an all-state quarterback here back in the late 80s. John Smelsley checks in, number 13. He's only a sophomore, 5'8", 135.
He's under center with an I formation. Here's a snap, give to the tailback. Through the middle, finding some room is number 33. That's Conley Foreman. That's another sophomore.
Got another observation.
Let's check in with Coach Mark Watts.
And as I'm watching this game, I'm seeing Northside's coaches, and there's no yelling. There's no negativism. Sorry. It's all positive, and this is how you build a program. That doesn't work anymore. The Mike Ditkas of the world, that system doesn't work. So it's nice to see these coaches on Northside coaching these kids up, being positive, and it's nice to see.
Good stuff, Mark. You're absolutely right. 2nd and 6 now for the Saints. I formation. Ball is on the ground. It was a bad snap, and it looks like the Saints are able to cover.
Smelsley fell on it to save the possession for the Saints. Hey, I just got an update out there at Lewis Field.
Yeah, what happened to Nick?
He's in the crowd.
Out.
He got in the crowd, and we just lost him.
Yeah. What do you have, Joe?
Wayne is coming back. It is now 21-14 Lures early in the fourth quarter.
Oh, my.
The Casey O'Boyle, the Swami, is reporting that.
3rd and 7 now coming up for the Saints. They have to get one more play off. 42 seconds remaining, and on the game clock they are at 15 as they break huddle and come to the line. I formation. Here's the snap to the tailback. He's hitting the backfield and will go nowhere and drag down with authority. And that's going to do it for your contest here, ladies and gentlemen. 20 seconds remain, and the Saints will not have to run another play. 37-0 is your score. We're going to go ahead and step out for a 1-minute break here shortly, and hopefully Coach Mark Watts can get some comments from Coach Schwarzkopf here at the end of the game. But a very dominating performance by the Bishop Dwenger Saints tonight against a rebuilding Northside Legends team. So that's going to do it for this game, as there are zeros on the scoreboard. And again, reporting your final from Zollner Stadium, 37-0. We'll be back from updates from around the area and hopefully comments from Coach Schwarzkopf when we return. We're back in 1 minute. You're listening to SAC Football on Redeemer Radio, 106.3 FM.
Hello, I'm Tom Steele with Tom Steele Tire and Auto Repair, a family-owned business for over 35 years. We carry all major brands of new tires, as well as a large selection of quality used tires to save you money. We do all types of auto repairs, be it brakes, alignment, or just fix your air conditioning. Tom Steele Tire, North Clinton or Illinois Road. Give us a try. You'll be glad you did.
Successful coaches make changes to succeed by calling timeouts to make needed adjustments, for it's clear no change equals no change. This is David X with Union Savings Bank in Fort Wayne. I started mortgage lending in 1988. Since then, I've been trusted by thousands of area homeowners. I offer low closing costs and great rates on home lending so you can save big money both up front and over the life of your loan. Make a change for the better when purchasing a different home or refinancing to lower your payment. Call timeout, get your mortgage statement in hand. Call me anytime for your free mortgage checkup. And make sure you compare. Call David X, 418-6191. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Is Greece on your bucket list? Travel with Redeemer Radio Odysseys to Greece in the footsteps of St. Paul in the spring of 2018. Join us for an information presentation webinar on Thursday, August 31st at 6 p.m. at either our Fort Wayne or South Bend office, or even on your home computer. Please register online to attend at redeemerradio.com/travel. We can't wait to see you on Thursday, August 31st to learn more about our Greece Odyssey.
Back to live action here at Zollner Stadium, where Coach Mark Watts is talking live with Coach Schwarzkopf. Mark, take it away.
Coach Schwarzkopf, congratulations on a good game. And
thanks for covering the game.
Oh gosh, this is like old times. I love it. What your thoughts of the game tonight?
I thought our guys were well prepared. The defense had them covered. Seemed like everything they tried to do, we were okay. Kicking game was solid again, and the offense, the passing game is really clicking. And when Eddie has a chance to pull it down, he's a dangerous runner. So it's a good overall, good outing by everybody. I think we improved in some areas. We needed to improve in some areas, and we're getting better.
Well, that's what, the most improvement normally is from the first game to the second game, and we saw that tonight.
We tried to clean things up a little bit and fix some of those mistakes and keep improving. I think we got better.
You sure did. Congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
you.
All right. Back to you guys.
All right, very good. Good to hear from Coach Schwarzkopf. Again, reporting live from Zollner Stadium. The final score tonight, 37-0. Saints win over the Northside Legends. We're going to have some updates from Nick Gray here in moments, but just a reminder, folks, that if you are interested, Redeemer Radio has a fantastic travel program called Redeemer Radio Odysseys. Really want you to go and check out our website, redeemerradio.com/travel, and find out all the fun things that are happening with our travel program managed by Tina Schneider.